Kicking off tonight's episode 496 and still undefeated. Las Chivas de Guadalajara handling business at home against America. You know, they criticized us before the game kicked off that Chivas undefeated, but who have they beat really? Who have they beat? Mazatlan, Pachuca. Those guys are good. They're no good. They're bad hombres. And you know what? After beating America, I'm sorry, we still haven't beaten anybody. And that is how we kick off tonight's episode. We're live on YouTube, and of course, we're live on Twitter Spaces. Want to welcome someone that has been gone for quite a bit, but now kind of chasing our heels. Cruz Azul is in the second position. And it's appropriate for Abdias to return to the podcast. Welcome, my friend.
¿Cómo andamos?
We're doing good, Abdias. Long time no here, but glad you are with us tonight. How you doing?
I am doing very well. Unfortunately, I've been a little bit busy. So tonight I am reporting for y'all live from Monterrey, Mexico, la próxima capital del mundo. And my hotel is in Parque Fundadora with a great view of El Estadio BBVA.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, guys, make a trip out here. We'll talk a little bit more about the infrastructure of the World Cup and how it is that it's looking here in Monterrey. Newsflash, it's not good. Pero before we dive too far deep into that, ¿qué pedo, güey? Andas acá bien salsa, que quién sabe qué. Cuidado, vas a asustar a la ronchita, ¿eh? Se va a quedar calladito, no va a decir nada, y pues ya sabes cómo hace ese culito de americanista.
Yeah, hace frío aquí encima, number one. And, you know, we don't know how to act because Chivas haven't had this kind of success in a long time. So we don't know how to act. 6 out of 6, perfect record. 11 goals in favor, 4 against. I'll be honest, El Clásico kind of left a lot to be desired. But most importantly, Chivas got the 3 points. And we have yet to face some real opposition is really what we have to talk about. I mean, we finally got Cruz Azul on Saturday, maybe. Maybe you guys got something for us?
Boy, I'm about to spank that ass. You know what it is.
Well, before going too crazy, I want to bring on FC Gorditos, who's been patiently waiting. Welcome. Gorditos, you're on mute, but welcome.
Hey, what's going on, boys? I'm back from my hibernation. Chivas 6-6 fucking feels good, man.
I know. It's looking good, man. It's looking good, and we're about to be dripped out next season once we switch to Nike. So, you know, they said 2026 is the year of the horse, but honestly, I think it's going to be the year of the goat.
I totally agree with that. Year of the GOAT. Man, todo nos está saliendo bien right now. We'll see. We'll see what happens, what's in store for us.
We'll see what happens indeed. We also have the little kid watcher, a.k.a. El Rifado, joining us. Welcome. You're on mute, but welcome, Rifado.
Hey, good evening. Sorry, I was speaking on mute. But yeah, man, it feels good to be up on top. 6 points out of 6 points. I wouldn't say the game was lackluster, the Super Clásico, whatever you want to call it. We should have won it by more. Like, I think there was enough opportunities for us to win it like 3-0. You know, America had a few chances as well. Towards the end, it was kind of shaky. But, 6 out of 6 points. I think Cruz Azul will be a better test. You know, America is kind of in flux right now. A lot of players are leaving. A lot of players are injured or coming back from injury. So, yeah, it's just I guess you're right. I don't know how to act, man. It's I don't have any words.
Yeah, we've been in the dark for too long, and it's a great start to the season. It won't mean a thing without the ring, is my mentality. Take it day by day, game by game. We have to acknowledge that a lot of these players are going to be gone by the time the Liguilla kicks off. So we have to factor that in. Chivas signed yet another Pocho, Jonathan, is it Perez? He's done a couple interviews. He talked about how he was only coming to Chivas and how he grew up watching El Bofo and all that. So nice to see another Pocho in the mix. I wonder what that looks like for players like Yael Padilla and Hugo Camberos, who continue to get little to no minutes. But it seems like, the front office is going all in on the Mexican Americans.
Hey, I sent out a message to Johnny Perez, hoping he would say something, kind of respond, maybe have because I asked him how to feel like, being a Chivas fan to actually play for Chivas now. But obviously, I don't have that kind of pull. No, left me on not red.
It's all good. We'll give him a shout out. We'll think of something, try to get his attention. But he did a couple interviews for Telemundo and for Chivas, obviously their social media, and I think he's excited to join the club. We'll see what kind of impact he has on the field. But right now, the one that has the biggest impact is Hormiga Gonzalez, just right behind another player in the league. He's in second place with 5 goals in 6 games, scored in the most unconventional way in that Clásico. And, he missed the sitter. He really reminds me of Chicharito in so many ways, right? He misses the easy ones and then he puts away the difficult ones. And it was important for him to score in a Clásico. And at this point, especially with Aguirre making a statement like, we're not taking injured players, we're not considering injured players for the World Cup, leaves a lot of ambiguity for, players like Santi Jimenez or other players that might, get injured. I think Hormiga needs to be considered for the World Cup. And, if he keeps scoring, Aguirre's going to have to take him.
Hey, it's funny you mentioned Aguirre said, hey, if you're injured, there might be a strong possibility you're not going to make it. I can't remember who sent out the message, if it was Rifado or Habibi, but our ex-Chiva Chiquito Orozco might just completely be out of the picture.
Yeah, he has like an injury, and I think they've already ruled him out that he's not going to make it. So that is something to consider. There's a lot of players that are injured right now. Edson Alvarez is another one. But it's okay because we have Diego Campillo, who picked Martinez's pocket all night. And I think he really shined in El Clásico. And a player that is on the bubble, hasn't really gotten a look from Aguirre. But I think if he continues to perform at this level, we can't ignore him.
I think that's a little overblown for Campillo. Is that who you're
Hold on,
mentioning?
are you trying to say Campillo for the selección? I missed out a little bit. I had
Yep.
some audio issues. No mames, güey, ¿ves? Cada pinche semana dices algo todavía más
We have to
pendejo,
replace Edson
güey.
Alvarez. He's injured.
No mames, güey, estás bien pendejo. ¿Y Lira, güey? ¿Y Lira?
I'm talking about he's got the height too,
y el
man.
Maguito y todos estos. No mames, güey, traes a un pinche niño que está bien verde.
That's the whole point. You got to take the players that are in
Every
form.
fucking week, bro, you're in here just dick riding for Chivas. You're like, oh, I want Campillo, I want Hormiga, I want these guys. Wait, no están. He hasn't even been called up once. No mames, güey. Respétate 3 pesos.
Campillo wouldn't have even started during the Clásico if Romo hadn't been injured. So I think it's a little bit early. I don't even know if he's going to continue to start. He's coming back from injury. It's a pretty serious injury. And in one of the games, I think his first game back, he was responsible for one of the goals. He was slow to react, I remember. So I think the jury's still out on him. And I think he's definitely a far cry from getting called up.
Como neta, Jaime, sácate el pinche pito del chivo de la boca, güey. No mames.
Hey, I'm just saying what needs to happen. You take players that are in form Edson Alvarez is yesterday's news. He
You
hasn't
mean
been.
some fucking fluke is in form?
No, dude.
Like your reserves?
Before his injury, he was really like coming
he
up.
was non-existent.
No,
He's
before he
there
got
to
injured.
play the
Bullshit,
fucking
you
scrap
chamo.
minutes.
Last year, he was one of the best Mexican defenders up to his injury.
Yep.
Porque
He
no
was
tenías un
commanding-
pinche plantel,
He
güey.
was commanding that Chivas backline.
¿Y qué
Just how he
plantel tenía
commanded it
Chivas?
this last game. Chivas had one of the better defense last tournament. If anyone,
mames,
everyone
güey.
lost hope on winning the title once Campillo went down right before Liguilla. He was crucial for that backline.
I'm telling you, man, he's in his bag right now. You guys don't see it yet. Just wait till we get towards the tail end of the season. This guy should get a look by Aguirre, especially with the kind of statements that Aguirre is putting out there.
The national team. But you know for what team? For the sparring squads. Cuando se lleven a todos los mundialistas, güey, que se los lleven al centro de concentración, van a tener que tener a pendejos a quien partirles la madre.
Hey, I would not be against that. I would not be against that.
Whoa, what do you mean, Jaime? No, hell no. Amauri has to say no. If
No,
you're taking
dude.
him and taking my Liguilla chances away, you better use him in the World Cup or don't take him at all.
No, I'm saying for
Ding, 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 right there.
I'm saying for those like concentration camps, not like the where they start doing the whole training thing. I'm talking about like for these upcoming friendlies, they take obviously more than enough players. And like you said, they need a sparring buddy. But if he goes there as a sparring buddy, he might pick some pockets out there, bro. I mean, he did it to Henry Martin, who's a senior player who's been called up for the national team.
Who is a fucking cripple.
I know, but hey,
Pero
dude,
no mames, güey.
imagine him doing
¿Sabes qué,
that.
güey? Yo le
Imagine
puedo
doing that to
robar-
like Raul Jimenez or who's the other informed striker that we're gonna call up.
Pues no, güey, así no. Hasta yo le podía quitar el pinche balón a Stephen Hawking. No te preocupes, güey. A los pinches inválidos y a los niños, nambe, les meto una putiza en el campo.
Jaime,
There's no
speaking
evidence of that, eh? There's
informed-
no evidence. You're just talking about it.
Jaime, speaking of informed strikers, if a Messi striker up in Inter Miami is scoring every week, Hormiga scoring every week, how are you going to feel if Aguirre starts the Argentino over Hormiga?
Yeah, cannot ignore patterns and history, and we know that Bertrame is just like Franco 2.0, and it might come down to that. I really hope it doesn't. I honestly would not mind kicking out Santi Jimenez. I don't think he has much to offer. I'm sorry. He's a very limited player. I know he's at AC Milan, but he hasn't played in a long time. And I am all about players that are scoring goals that have, the numbers don't lie, right? So
you take Santi, El Argentino, and Raúl?
no, I would
No,
say
Hormiga, El Argentino.
it's going to be Raúl Jimenez is probably going to be our starter. And then, Quiñones, you can't ignore what he's doing out there, but he doesn't really play as a striker under Aguirre. And then it's Bertrame and Hormiga, man. And Santi, he's going to have to.
We all know que a Aguirre no le gustan los morenitos. All right? Porque ¿por qué otra razón no se trae a Quiñones?
Because he had sex with his daughter.
Did he?
Well, Then he made him watch.
Quiñones.
Nah.
Well, I don't know about made him watch, but no.
Le mandó el video, güey. Le dijo, mira, como la tenía ella en cuatros, tú eres mi perra también. pendejo."
And also, this is a Cantina exclusive for all the listeners as well. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief, but we have a lot of questions to be answered between now and the start of the World Cup. But what a great problem to have, right? Because we didn't have this problem a year ago. We were actually in a crisis. We're like, who the fuck are we going to take to the World Cup? No one's really showing up. Now we have all these players springing up out of nowhere, and it's like, bro, this is what happens, man. In a World Cup year, everybody balls out, and this is what you like to see.
Not
Ooh,
to
Jaime,
toot
I'm
my
going to
own
disagree
horn.
with you there, man. We're still in a crisis. This team's not making it past the round of 16 or round of 32.
That may be
Yeah,
so, but there's more.
Jaime, you are talking out of your ass on that one.
No, I'm just saying,
we're-
compared to our situation a year ago, things are looking up, is all I'm
Have
trying
you
to say.
not seen the games? We can't
Well,
beat anyone.
because here's the thing. It's not like in certain World Cup qualifying years where the strikers that are coming up or like that are in the conversation. It's not because they're head above the rest. It's because like I said, what was it, a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Martin dropped off. 6 months ago, I thought he was a shoo-in. So whether some other players are carrying injuries, or their form is not there, it's like Santi, like you said. For me, as much, and I'm no disrespect to Ormiga and stuff like that, but these guys aren't. I mean, what have they done internationally? Nothing.
Not even that, bro. What have they won domestically?
Well, I understand. I mean, I know that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that, I remember, like the last time, and seeing you guys excited. Believe it or not, I'm actually happy for you guys that you guys are excited about your team. But like, I remember a comment that Ruggeri, when he was a coach at Chivas, there's like a parallel that I see, is that you guys under Ruggeri, you guys were doing really well, and out of nowhere, pops up a player. What's his name? Jair or whatever. You guys remember him? Garcia.
Yair Garcia, of course.
So he was like, just he had like a little bit of a brilliance, and then boom, faded out. And I'm hoping that that's not the case with Ormiga and stuff like that. But like I said, I don't think that we're really in a good place right now. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here, but as Diaz said, and others, it's like these guys haven't done shit internationally.
I mean, Chicharito didn't do shit internationally until literally the year of the World Cup.
Well, hold on.
I know.
Apparently, they've been doing something. All right, they've been flying over to the Bay Area and putting their dick in Jaime's mouth.
What?
All right?
No, but here's the thing. The league carried a little bit more weight back when Chicharito was there than now. And that's just the truth. The league carried a little bit more weight internationally when Chicharito, debuted than right now. And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys for a long time. We don't have a way to gauge our players right now. And again, like right now, I mean, if I was to take the team right now, like who would I take? Jimenez is the only, the only definite.
Raul? Yeah.
Yeah. And stuff. Just because what's his name? Quiñones is, going neck to neck with, Cristiano over there in the Saudi League. Really, it's the fucking Saudi League. Is that really what you're trying to measure? So I have a feeling we're going to struggle. I really do.
Yeah, and Mexico announced that they are going to face Ghana, Australia, and Serbia before the 2026 World Cup. The match against Australia will be at the Rose Bowl May 30, and that will be Mexico's last game in the States, before the World Cup starts. Maybe they'll return to the States if they go on a deep run in the World Cup, but if you're trying to catch a Mexico game here in America, Australia is going to be the one match to go to. We have Joel, who's technically working right now, but I did want to get his point of view. Welcome, Joel, to the show.
He's using his female coworker's phone.
He's getting some action right now.
Hello?
There he is. Welcome, Joel.
I got booted when you. I got booted when you gave me the request. If booted
Yeah,
me
I don't know why it does that. It always I accept it and then people get kicked out.
Yeah, it kicked me out. What was the last you guys were talking about? Chicharo?
We were just
comparing Chicharo to Ormiga.
I was just saying that we had a striker crisis a year ago, and now things are looking up. You got a lot of players, rising at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely options. I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on the whole Chicha. And I think the big difference was that he was, and Ron's gonna like this, he was scoring goals at the Libertadores. And that boosted his credibility. Just, playing away in South America and some of the teams he was scoring against. And it's a big reason he got scouted by Man U. They saw what he was doing there. And so I do think that's where sometimes not having that competition, it affects a bit some of the players like Hormiga. They could have been. They could have been. I do think he would have been doing well at that stage. But you're right. There's options now. Unfortunately, they're not that. They're not on fire. Something's like injured. Some mysterious ailment. Um, Jimenez is like just like ah, he's getting older, bro. Even Fulham's not renewing his contract. Um, and and it's a which Jimenez are we gonna get? Um, that's up in the air. And then Quinones, you guys said it, he's not getting called. Um, so yeah, there's a bit of there's a bit of like, all right, there's all those options, but what are they gonna go with? I just don't think there's a crisis though. I don't see it as a crisis. No one was saying crisis up until the what it was like 4 games without winning. Friendly games. I have to add 4 or 5 friendly games, and all of a sudden it's back to crisis. I don't buy that
And way
shit.
more than 4 or 5. We haven't beaten anybody respectable in like a good 10 games.
Yeah, but they were like all friendly games. The games that were competitions, Mexico did well,
Wow.
like official tournaments.
So
Entonces, espérame, güey. ¿Qué estás diciendo? Are you telling me that the Mexican players are pretty much sandbagging the friendly games?
No,
No,
I
como
said
chingados que
the
no, güey,
coach.
es lo que estás
No,
diciendo.
I said that the coach, and I said it in the previous pods, that for friendly games, the coach like to experiment and try out things that they're not going to do it
Sí,
in
güey,
an
pero el
official
jugador
match.
en sí mismo, me estás diciendo que they're sandbagging it,
No,
¿verdad?
no, because
Cuando el jugador está
the
ahí, no le
coach
pone
can
huevos.
have you can change your position or have you do a certain task.
Ok,
Uh,
¿y
you
qué,
know.
güey? ¿Todavía le
Got a
estás
bunch of
metiendo
guys
huevos o
trying to earn
no?
a spot.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it might not be.
Ah,
You
bueno,
know.
de que tú eres huevón, güey, y tienes algo diferente ahí tú. Pero si yo tengo
No,
esa
no,
oportunidad, güey, me voy a partir la madre.
well, none of them do. That's why you're going to see players that are going to make their way into the team. And he keeps calling I think that's one thing he's done well. Aguirre is create competition where there didn't seem to be any for the national team. Now you see players like Chucky that before would have just been there. He would have
Yo.
just been a guaranteed spot. Now he's not guaranteed shit. Even Memo got this stuff. A lot of you guys were saying that he was going to be untouchable, and he didn't even play some of the important games. He got benched.
Because he's been sucking dick in Cyprus.
So
Yeah, but
No mames, güey.
But still, he did what a lot of you guys said he wouldn't do.
So
Yeah,
you're right in the
that's
sense
my point.
that there is no crisis right now, and things are looking up, and they're looking up for one reason, and that's the Holiness rule. The chickens have come home to roost, and the fruits of the Federation's labor are coming to fruition. We have all these Holiness that are catching fire. Hormiga can't stop scoring 5 and 6. He's still a young prospect. Kind of Chicharito trajectory. I'm thinking maybe a little beneath that. But we have good problems. Jaime is right, and so I totally reject the pessimistic narrative that is just so popular in Mexican media and perpetuated by some of my co-hosts right now. It's untrue. Don't believe it. Call me Mr. Brightside, but things are looking up, and I think it's in part because of the Jóvenes.
In your last 8 games, the teams you beat were Panama and Bolivia, and you beat them 1-0. I mean, let's not pretend that
They were away
amazing.
Weren't they away
You
games?
won 1-0, man. You lost 4-0 Colombia.
Equipos de club te
lost
están
to
partiendo la
Paraguay.
madre.
Dude, we
teams
always
have an
match
advantage.
we always match our opponents, dude. Like the Panamas of the world, the Bolivias of the world. Like we're not gonna step up to them. We're gonna cruise by. These matches that we're gonna have coming up, we have Iceland, obviously another opponent that you can kind of brush over. But then you're telling me that match against Portugal, we're not gonna stand up to them. We are, of course.
Yeah, and the other ones were on the road. So it's not like those teams were gonna lay down for Max.
I didn't say
They
we
were
were
gonna.
close car. I said that we're not gonna make it past the next round. We're gonna make it to the round of 32, and then fizzle out of there.
We'll see. We need someone to do all the group match predictions and see who will match up in the round of 32 and the round of 16.
Well, I mean, I think they could. I think it's easy because look, first you're seeded, and then you're playing all home games. So I would say Mexico's probability of finishing top is very high, you know. And then after that, if they finish top of the group, they still avoid the other top teams. So their chances of in that second round of facing a accessible opponent is pretty good. So I see them winning that game and going on to the next. And at that point, it's hard to tell because we don't know who they're going to face. I mean, Mexico's been a bit unlucky in some of these past World Cups where they've been matched with pretty strong teams, Argentina twice. And
real quick,
some of those, yeah.
If Mexico wins their group, they will play in the round of 32 against a third place team.
There you go. See?
So, yeah, we can get back to the quinto partido or round of 16 easily.
Yeah, I do feel there's a good chance they'll probably, do better than expected. Get up there. I mean, I think this World Cup is going to be wild just because of the amount of teams there. We'll probably see some crazy results.
But it all hinges on Mexico winning their group. If they don't win their group, I'm paraphrasing Jose Ramon in his interview for Canal 11. He said, we might face England if we don't win our group.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, pack your bags.
Yeah, but I mean, Mexico won their group. They were in group of death with Italy and Norway. They won their group again against Italy. Remember they had Croatia and Ecuador? And I know they were favorites to win it. So Mexico's won their group a few times when they were outmatched. Maybe, as Jaime says, they put to the levels, and now that they're not, they might shit the bed.
Yeah, it says England if they win Group L, Brazil, or the Netherlands.
Yeah, so winning the group is key. Very key.
I have a feeling que if Mexico does get that second place finish, van a jugar como siempre juegan in the World Cup, the best freaking partido, but end up short always.
Jugamos como nunca, perdimos
exactly.
como siempre.
Es lo que estaba buscando. I forgot about exactly to say it.
Yeah.
Hey, espérate, güey. You guys can take that mentality. That's fine. But that's some fucking loser ass mentality, all right?
I'm just saying it always happens. I'm not, no les estoy diciendo eso. I'm just saying it always happens when they finish in that second place finish.
Yo sé, güey, pero lo que yo prefiero es la poesía mexicana que me tocó ver una vez en Reynosa, Tamaulipas, después de un mundial. Decía, no ganamos, pero qué pedo le sacamos. That's the way to think about it.
Joel dijo, jugamos como siempre y perdimos como
no,
whatever
wey,
it says.
Pero le sacamos un pinche pedo a esos cabrones. Like, eso es más mexicano.
Or probably ganaron, perdimos, la verga les metimos. That used to be the chant when you lost.
A huevo. Es que a unos cuantos aquí les falta barrio, güey.
Maybe Ron can come up with the new one, como él es el poeta del pueblo. Sorry, el poeta de Cantina MX.
Okay. We have El Más Sabio joining us. Albert, welcome.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
You ready for the Rose Bowl game versus Australia?
Hey, first of all, I want to say I'm glad to be here. I'm not an OG member of Cantina MX, but I'm happy to be aboard.
Albert, tranquilo, porque si no se va a prender el cerro.
No empieces, güey, porque si no tengo que te largues de aquí.
Yeah.
I'm not a member of the original chat, but I'm happy to be a part of this.
No, güey, no. Yo empecé esto, güey. Me maman mis huevos, porque me los maman, y si no, me los maman de por atrás.
El Tuca Ferretti se regañó también, güey.
Anyways, yeah, you know what? It was my buddy told me the day before that they were playing Australia. Like supposedly it was supposed to be Brazil. That's what they were saying, and it's Australia. Honestly, with those three last rivals, they went because they're facing European, they're facing Asian, which is Australia, but Australia doesn't really play like Korea, and they're playing Ghana because they're playing South Africa, but Ghana's a different. Ghana's more like an Honduras, more like it's a more of a physical team than what South Africa has. So that's where they went. That's how they went. It's I guess but it goes. What I'm realizing that the rumor that they had said that Aguirre did not want 8 teams because he didn't want the team to get humiliated. Obviously, I think it seems like it's true. I mean, he's not going to close out with 8. He doesn't have Portugal. Maybe Portugal be considered an 8 team.
Portugal and Belgium for sure, dude.
But okay, but everybody was thinking, Germany or Spain, some shit like that. But Brazil, but they're closing out with that, and I guess okay, and as we seen it, so many cycles now. Those fucking games are just van a cascarear. I was there for the send off at the Rose Bowl in '94. All the paisas were fucking pissed. Dicen, nomás vinieron a cascarear. That's when those 2 or 3 last games. That's what it is. It's just so these guys could fucking go loosen up their legs. It's like
94,
at that point, I get it. Yeah, the U.S. Yeah, that they were saying that it was they were saying that they lost 1-0. Or I think regularly made the goal. I'm not sure. Who was it?
No, say that. They haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, it was one of those fuckers or hard. I don't know, but I remember all the paisas were everybody went all fucking emotional. The tickets weren't cheap or fucking at that time. Those tickets were like fucking. I want to say they were like $50 each.
Damn.
Because of the demand.
You know what's crazy is we have a losing record against Australia. What the fuck?
Oh wow.
No,
you know what? The only game against Australia I remember is the Confederaciones '97. They lost that one. It was La Puente's. It was one of the La Puente's first games, and they got their ass kicked.
I went to the Mexico-Australia game at the Oakland Coliseum, and that was I think we won that game. But I was like, I actually saw some Australians. I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna get your shit pushed in, and. Yeah, it was a fun game. I think we won that game. Pretty sure we won that game. But it was also a bunch of nobodies too.
A fun fact: if Mexico would have not qualified directly to the '94 World Cup, they would have gone to the repechaje. It was a 2-tier repechaje. So and Canada ended up doing it. So they would have faced Australia. And then they would have had to fucking face Argentina. Luckily, fucking El Abuelo Cruz fucking scored in Vancouver, and they avoided that drama.
I didn't know it was double. I remember.
Yeah, it was a double because I saw it because I went through all the fucking playoffs, and that one caught my attention. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Because I was like, why did CONCACAF just get one fucking player, one ticket? Obviously, the U.S. got a ticket, but why did they? No, they got a ticket, and it was a ticket and a half. But it was a fucking. Imagine you had to go beat Australia, then you had to go beat Argentina.
And Argentina struggled to beat Australia.
Yeah. Australia had them. It was Maradona had to fucking come back for that game.
YouTube. If you go on YouTube, there's actually some really funny videos of Maradona getting called back. Because he retired, and they brought him out of retirement, and they basically have him training to the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Oh yeah, they had him in that rancho. Yeah, and they fucking pumped him up with some fucking ephedra, and that's what got him banned.
Oh man.
But that didn't really help him, did it?
Didn't you see him? Didn't you see that fucking celebration that he looks like a fucking demonio?
He was Super Saiyan, man.
That was not normal fucking euphoria. That was fucking some shit.
He was super hyped.
That's fucking. That's
He's a Maradona Super Saiyan fucking God mode. He's like, fuck that, get him out of here.
Hold on. Are we
Those are
talking
the-
about cuando ya menos se caía del palco?
No,
No,
we're
no,
talking
wait.
about when he scored against
When it's
Greece
down
and he
94,
celebrates like
yeah.
a fucking demon. No, Joe, that's a,
Poseído, güey.
hey, that's the type of face you see at El Potrero Rodeo nightclub in the bathroom. That's the kind of that fucking face you see.
No,
Was,
but
was that the
serious
ones you
question,
saw at the
though.
Larry Hernandez concert?
No, but was that really though? That ephedrine, was that really like a performance boost? Like, was that really making him better? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, you know, who I mean, he was, but those first two games he played, he was good. And he was already fucking 36 with all that wear and tear.
Dude, he was fucking killing it. And they had Rendon and they still had Batistuta.
Honestly, if they don't bounce them, they win the group and they don't end up in Pasadena and they probably make it they make it past the first round. But the team got demoralized and they fucking got raped at the Rose Bowl.
Wait, they lose to Romania. Hagi.
Yeah. I think who was it? The first place? I think I don't know who the first place was. Nigeria. I think Nigeria was the first place. Yeah.
So Portugal's ranked 6th in the world. Belgium's ranked 9th. So Aguirre
top 10.
did get some heavy hitters in preparation of the World Cup. And Senegal is it Senegal or Ghana, the team that we
Ghana.
My bad. No, yeah. So those are really good opponents. Obviously, getting like a Brazil would have been nice, or an England, or even a Spain. Get a good look at one of the best teams in the world, right? Even Argentina would have been a good preparation match. But
those are hard teams to book, though, man.
Beggars can't be choosers,
Yeah.
I mean, for those teams, you have to, it's not like they're just waiting for their phone to ring. And I'm sure
it has
that
to do a lot with it has to do a lot with the sponsors as well.
Yeah.
Sponsors, but also like, who does their coach want to face? Do they see any benefit in facing Mexico? And they might just want a different type of opponent. So I think that plays into it as well. But I would consider Portugal and Belgium to be, they're top 10.
Hey, so my question is, for the Portugal and Belgium games, do you think Aguirre is going to experiment, or he's going to try to? I know he's not going to have all the A-tier players, quote unquote A-tier.
Well,
but is he going to experiment or not?
Let me paint the stage, I guess. The game against Portugal will technically be Azteca's like reincarnation, right?
The inauguration.
Yeah,
inauguration. So you best believe they got to bring out the A squad against Portugal and El Bicho. And the game against Belgium's in Chicago, so that one could be a wash. But they have to bring their best against Portugal.
Do they have friendlies in April? Do they have friendlies in April, or is it March and just May?
It's March and February. Wait, we have one in February. We have the game against Iceland. Yeah.
But I think is that one a fecha FIFA? No, I don't think so. Is it?
It's on the 25th, so probably not.
Because the next fecha FIFA was March. That's the next fecha that I understood. That was the first one of the year.
Yeah, so this one's probably not during
with the Liga MX crew.
It'll be Chivas
with El Hormiga.
Chivas USA. No.
All right.
Hey, you know what? I'm already getting sad that Chivas is going to lose a bunch of guys come La Liguilla.
I know.
It's fucking 2006 all over again.
Hey, Albert, settle a debate for us. Diego Campillo, is he national team quality? Should he get a look?
Look, I follow those guys that talk all technical about espacios reducidos and shit like that. And they praise him. They say that he's the type of guy who could play contención, or who could hold it in the back. And you know what? Mexico doesn't have much depth at either position. And this guy could he's proven he's a quality guy. I mean, there's a reason he came back to Chivas. I mean, there's a reason Chivas bought him back. It's not like he went alone. He was that good that Chivas got him. So and at this point, it's just fucking throwing it in the wall. It won't hurt. Who else is an option in the back? The guy from America, Israel.
Yeah, Israel Reyes. And even his own teammate, Luis Romo, right?
Yeah, Romo's hurt. So
Ramon Juarez.
Ramon Juarez. Yeah. Okay, well, I think Campillo's much better, and he can fill two positions. He can play contención. He can fall in the back. And then considering El Machín fucking is gonna have a fucking surgery, so
he already had his surgery.
There's other guys.
He already had the surgery, but he's gonna be out 8 weeks, 2 months.
There's like Victor Guzman who gets called up. There's Del Villar from Toluca who gets called up. Ramon Juarez from America gets called up. All these guys have gotten more call-ups than Campillo. So I just don't see it. And it could happen if he just tears
at the end. There's guys that just fucking. There's guys that just like even Aguirre said. Like he said it specifically about Fidalgo. He not referring to Fidalgo. And it's university said, like, not necessarily like if it doesn't mean like if they haven't been in the process that he's not gonna call them up. He's gonna call guys that he figures that could help him out. He's not gonna be fucking Tata who. He's not gonna be Tata who fucking.
But he's not even a guaranteed starter at Chivas. You have Castillo, Romo, and Aguirre who can't stop scoring goals. As the back three for Melito. And Campillo, because of unfortunately he had an injury, he's not a starter.
But Campillo is fully functional. He could fucking play in the back, and he could also do contención. So
I've seen him do it for Bravos.
That's what I figured Aguirre would. Yeah, he could do all, and then considering they could take an expanded roster, it's not bad to take a Swiss knife.
I just don't see it, man. There's all these dudes he's called up instead of this guy, and he's not even a starter at Chivas. So it's just I don't see it.
But Rifaldo, he has the potential to be a starter. The only reason he's not starting is porque se lesionó. But he is technically a starter.
He start over him.
Like he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like Castillo, Aguirre, like those guys are like hot, dude. Those guys are playing fucking stellar. Romo. Our whole back line, like the whole team starts with Romo. I don't see any of those guys being benched except Romo now because he's injured or coming back from injury. But I don't see it.
Look, I just say this: when that fucking lista comes out in fucking May, there's gonna be some surprises. Mexico doesn't have fucking locks, and what people think are locks is shit that hasn't been working.
Yeah, even what's his name, Padilla, that's over there in Bilbao, right? He kind of came to Pumas and struggled, didn't get a good look over there. He's been performing well, and he might get thrown into the mix. He might get another look. We'll see.
That third spot it's up for grabs. It's Malagon and Tala are for sure, and that's fucking. I think Acevedo. I don't know why they keep on calling him that guy. I don't think he's that good, and they're just fucking playing with his. They're just playing with his emotions. ¿Por qué nos hacemos pendejos? That third spot is going to fucking Memo. That's it. I mean, Aguirre is the same guy that took fucking Jorge Campos in fucking 2002 because of the experience factor, he says. So why wouldn't he do that with Ochoa?
For the same reason that I choose to believe that Ricky got deported instead of overdosing on fentanyl. We all know that he overdosed on Fenty. Pero I choose to believe that he got deported.
Richie, if you're out there, man, come back home.
With Aguirre. And he has a tendency of disregarding players that are in good form with players that are of his liking. Because if you think about it, in Japan, Korea, you can make the argument. Well, that's true. Yeah, he had a phenomenal Copa Libertadores, but even with the Torrado Pardo, right? I mean, you could have made the argument that Pardo was in better form, but he chose his guy. What's his name? And so and also the same thing in 2010. When Carrillo was begging Aguirre, it's like, hey, you need to take Gringo's in better form. But no, I mean,
didn't he take fucking Johan Rodriguez out of nowhere instead of fucking Pardo? Yeah.
For 2000, so he's done that in his previous tournaments and World Cups. So sometimes it doesn't matter with Aguirre of like who's in form. It could be just like it's just hey, I, for some reason this is my guy, and that's who I want to go with.
He will take the players that the assistant coaches recommend. Like he took Bofo on Carrillo. And he said
he looked like a fucking crack. Yeah.
We kind of was. If you see the games leading up, the games he got to play, I think against Italy, Holland, he looked good. And the bad luck was that they didn't play him for the group stage, and then they throw him in. They throw him in against Argentina.
Magic, yeah.
I mean, he could have scored a goal. There's a play where he's there and they don't pass the ball to him. They get a good chance of scoring. But I mean, I think Marquez is going to play here a role of he will have a say at least in because from the interviews it seems like he puts it to vote, like where he said he would have everyone submit their list and then they would compare, and he does have final say. But then he would say if the assistant can't convince me on a player, then he'll make the list.
Well, I did not know Pavel didn't make the 2002. That's crazy.
No, Pavel didn't make it. Pavel didn't make it. It was he took. I believe he took Sigifredo. He took his midfield was Sigifredo Mercado, Johan Rodriguez, the twin, Johan Rodriguez, and fucking Torrado, and Caballero.
Oh, Caballero.
So here, and that actually really bothered me back then because, and granted, he had more ties with the Pachuca clan, but the thing is that '98, which many consider that's Mexico's best World Cup in terms of performance, right? He took a gamble with Julio Davino, Pavel Pardo, Germán Villa, and stuff like that. Yeah, he took Tiburon and stuff like that. So he took a gamble with the younger players.
Wait. One thing, real quick, Ron. Didn't Pardo backstab Cuauhtemoc in 06?
Yeah. Cuauhtemoc says that it was the Atlas crew. It was Marquez, it was Borghetti, it was Pardo, and fucking who else?
But you guys are mixing.
There was his boy that needed to back him up. And
you guys are missing the dates. We're talking 2002, going from '98 to 2002.
Yeah. Sorry.
What I'm saying, by 2010, Cuauhtemoc returns and
what you're talking about is
he could have not taken Pardo for Cuauhtemoc, saying like, all right, well, fuck this dude.
No, what you're talking about.
Continue with '98. Let Ron continue with '98.
That's but no, what you're referring to, Joel, that's in 2006. When there was the little plot to keep Cuauhtemoc Blanco out.
That's right, but by 2010 it was Blanco is back. Remember, he comes back, he saves the team.
So I mean, like I said, now that's why I sometimes I don't trust Aguirre's judgment, and his judgment in 2010 was a lot worse than in 02, because to his own, he even admitted to this, that he said that he had been away from Mexico for a long time, that he couldn't name you any fucking players in the league. So he did rely on his staff like Carrillo and stuff like that. But it's like I don't think he really listened to them. Now
and he wasn't gonna take Chicharo. The only reason Chicharo went was because Sabah got hurt. That was Sabah's spot. Sabah got hurt and fucking Chicharo was scoring, and they had to take him.
So yeah, and another comment that you guys were mentioned, right, was the jugar. What was it? The whole. And I remember I always hear something.
Perder como siempre.
Yeah, right.
Quote. That's where Mexico.
I always heard that from at least in Houston. When I lived in Houston, I always heard that mostly from the Central Americans, especially when they would play a Mexican. Okay,
it's Mexican. Jugamos como nunca.
So anyhow, I don't even think that's going to be the case for Mexico, because if you really think about it, and Habibi, I mean, he said, I mean, Mexico hasn't really beat anybody, of importance in quite a while. And the thing about it is, like, there's been times where, yeah, man, fucking Mexico should have won that game because they just played better. And the only times I said in Qatar, nah, we didn't play better. In Russia, no, we didn't play better. We got exposed. 2014, yeah, we should have beat the Netherlands, right? In 2010 against Argentina, no, Mexico fucking just after that, and I get it was an offside call, but they just completely shut down mentally, and they were just making stupid mistakes like Osorio, with his stupid back pass, whatever, stuff like that. Yep. They just didn't handle. They didn't have backup fortitude. So really, those type of, like, hey, jugamos como nunca y perdimos siempre. I can really attest that. I can attest that to 2014. 06 against Germany, or I'm sorry,
Argentina.
Over there in Germany, in Argentina, 98 Germany, and 86, 80, even 94 and 86. Really, those are the only times.
What about 2002? They had a fucking phenomenal first round, and then they just shit the bed versus the U.S.
That's just mental midget right there.
But they didn't play extraordinary.
They had fucking Italy against the ropes.
They did. Well, I mean, I think the U.S. got to their head, because if you see the match, they were fouling a lot, and then
you know what? I talked to Ramon Morales 4 years ago, and I asked him, todavía no me explico por qué te sacó, y me dice, yo todavía ni sé por qué putados me sacó.
That's right, I remember.
Yep.
And then
and he subbed in Luis Hernandez, right?
Yeah, he subbed in Luis Hernandez. Yeah.
What the fuck was he doing, bro?
They were basically retired at this point.
I'm convinced he put a bet on the game for Mexico to lose, even though they were favored, and he won big, bro.
Luis Hernandez shouldn't have gone to that World Cup. He just had like 2 good games in Libertadores. He had 2 games in Libertadores, and that was enough to fucking take him.
Yeah, no, but there was one play that I think would have turned the tide to Mexico is with O'Brien. He handballs.
He handballed.
Would have been red card and penalty.
But that was still like a 2-0. That was 2-0. Or they're already down 2-0. I mean,
are you sure? I don't know, man. But still, I checked it. It's not the Stefano quote. I grew up hearing it from Mexico commentators, but if it's the Stefano, then I think you in Texas, you heard it from your Central American brethren that read us.
So, and the thing about it with Matador, after he went to what do you call it, to the Galaxy, and I believe he went to, I think he was on fire with Tigres, and then I think he went to the Galaxy, and that's where I think he just fell, and I remember because he started just having basically off the field problems and stuff like that, hooking up, I think, with like this Brazilian lady and shit.
I don't know if he was married. Yeah, I don't know if he was married when he did that. He got a lady pregnant.
Yeah. What was making the rounds back?
That's a kid, Luigi.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, and normally I don't fucking pay attention to the like entertainment world, but since it was related to football, it's like, oh, okay, you read about it, and then they were saying, I think that's Cuauhtémoc Blanco,
Damn.
He was Brazilian, though, man. Who should try to prize, bro?
Yeah, he shouldn't have gone to. He wasn't.
He still got raw.
What's that?
Matador raw. He still hit it though. I mean, it worked. He still got to hit.
Wow. How did we end up here, man? You guys always fucking bring it back like 30 years, but Yeah.
Mande,
No,
güey.
it's 'cause
¿Qué pasó?
you got-
Yo
you
dejé de
got-
escuchar. ¿Qué pedo? Pues, güey, entre me quedo aquí o me pongo a ver culonas en mi timeline, mejor culonas.
Question, Jaime, you've had two Aguirre procesos, right?
Yep.
And can you find similarities between the first and the second?
Yeah. Yeah. He.
So what's the likelihood of that scenario happening again?
Oh,
Right now?
I do not trust him. The only saving grace to Aguirre is his right hand man, who at this point is Rafa Marquez. So I do think that Rafa Marquez has some pulls, has some influence, and I think he's been sort of the person behind some of these players that have been called up, especially the young ones. I think Rafa has kind of got his eyes on the young players and has influenced Aguirre as call-ups. At the end of the day, though, Aguirre is going to make the decision. And I will not be surprised if Guillermo Ochoa at like 50 years old, I don't know how old he is, makes the cut. I won't be surprised if Chucky Lozano makes the cut. And I won't be surprised if Edson Alvarez and Santi Jimenez, despite the injuries and despite being out of form and not wanted at their respective clubs, I would not be surprised if they end up going to the World Cup because Aguirre says, oh, I trust these guys.
Now, really quickly, we kind of touched about this earlier, about how it is that sponsors control a lot of the game, right? A lot of the call-ups. It was even mentioned by Tuca Ferretti about how players were imposed on him because of sponsorship deals. Now, the thing that I've been noticing as I'm traveling Mexico, and you kind of talked about it when you went to Ciudad de Mexico, is the amount of fucking marketing there is around the World Cup. And if you notice, in all of them, you have Chucky, you have Chino, you have like the names that used to be the sacred cows. And now if you're advertising deals, your sponsorship deals, you don't put the players that have been the face of your product. No mames, güey.
Yeah.
Like yo digo que Chucky se va a colar, güey. ¿Por qué? Por los patrocinadores.
I saw when I landed in Ciudad de Mexico, there was ads, like caliente ads, and it had Piojo Alvarado, it had Santi Jimenez. Santi Jimenez was everywhere, bro. On TV, at the airport, on billboards. I'm like, oh man, they really doing this.
Dude, Monterrey right now, like right downtown, they have this huge building. On the whole side, it's Santi and Diego Lainez with the retro line.
Yep.
For Adidas right now. Like that shit's going super hard. And then you have some non-dairy milk. Y luego tienes a Telmex. Y tienes a
Burger King, man.
Wey. Burger King. Pues no, ahorita Carlos Jr. tiene a Daredevil. Pero todos, güey. Todos. Comics, las pinturas comics, güey. Un chingos. In fact, they redid all of their exterior facades to look like the tactical board of a head coach.
I'm telling you, man.
But I think marketing will play into the chances of Hormiga going because he's very marketable. He's a young, good-looking guy at Mexico's team, Chivas. Like the marketing side is great for him. People could make a lot of money if he was the face of Mexican soccer.
Hey, what makes him good looking?
Mira, güey. La hermana. La hermana, that's what makes him good looking. All right, porque neta, güey, la hermana está bien buena.
Hey, you know what I will say about Vasco? If there's been a Vasco hater, it's me. When he got appointed, I was like, no mames, here we go again. But one thing I will say in his defense is that he's a boomer now, that he's an old geezer. And, he's not going anywhere after Mexico, dude. He's not waiting to go coach a Real Madrid or something, or none of that. He's not going to go coach America, any of that. 2002, 2010, he was probably still making decisions like based off his future. He knows this is the last ride. And, when people get older, they get senile. They do shit that they normally wouldn't do. And I think he might just step out of his traditional safety, play it, lock it down, be afraid to take some risk, and say, screw it. The World Cup's in Mexico. Somos chingones. Let's just go out there and see if it works.
I think you guys are too harsh on Aguirre. A lot of it based on shit he did. Why? almost 20 years ago, or how long? 2010, 2002, fucking long ass time ago. I doubt a lot of us even fucking followed all the clubs he's been at, or even kept close tabs, or see if he
Espérate, güey.
played
¿Dónde
youth
putas
or left the
andas?
youth.
Are you
Huh?
hitching a ride on the
He's
side of the
he's
road?
in the
Are you
corner.
driving?
He's in the corner selling ass, bro.
Hay carros. Estoy taconeando, güey.
Oh my god.
Eso, Joel.
Okay.
Vendiendo
Okay, I went
culo.
for
Wait,
some
is it-
cards.
Respeta, señor.
You better not be eating me, bro. It's Ash Wednesday, dog.
No,
No, I
by
ain't fish.
taconeando, he said he has his tacones onto the road.
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
mean. Ya me fui de los carritos. No, I'm just saying. I feel we're judging this dude on the national team, but he has a storied career already in La Liga, one of the hardest, one of the most difficult leagues out there.
Ah, stop it,
Where
bro.
you're not saying La Liga is one of the best leagues,
Mira,
and their
Joel.
opinion of him
It's
is
Aguirre,
high.
bro. It's Aguirre, man. He's not that
Hey,
great of
you
a
don't
coach.
stay in the league like that long if you suck.
His
Mira,
best,
güey.
his
Those
best,
Pero he's
players-
bounced around.
his
He's
best,
fucking bounced around everywhere.
dude.
Yeah,
His,
but it's not Liga
Hey.
MX, bro. This is not Liga MX where you can suck
His-
ass.
his
And you
best
can
highlights
respond to
are,
your job.
Bombero.
dude.
But
He's
he keeps getting close. How many other coaches like that can you name? It's
he
not gonna
hasn't
be-
done anything
that's a
relevant
small
in
list.
like 30 years, dog. Stop it.
Enough relevant. That's why
Wait,
over
es
there.
la
That's
misma-
not true at all, man.
Wait,
He-
you're
he just
using the
had
same
Copa America
defense that you
final.
use for Memo.
Mallorca, man.
I'm not
Come on.
using the defense. I'm saying you guys haven't kept up with how those teams perform. If he was playing youth, you know what he did.
¿Y tú,
We're
güey?
basing it off of his national team, what he did in 2010 and 202. I mean,
I appreciate it, coach, because here's the thing. He's especially in La Liga. He went to many teams that were not title bound and stuff like that, and he did and he he did well with us. So that I'm not knocking Aguirre on that. I'm knocking since we're comparing it I want to compare apples to apples.
yeah.
There's certain things that he did in 02
Yep.
and then in 10, and it's like it's not far-fetched to think that he may
Right.
do some of that this cycle. Okay. Now going back to the comments about the advertising and marketability and all that type of stuff. Obviously, the biggest one that probably said this was Duca a while back and stuff like that with Alvaro Morales, right? Where he said that someone imposed a player on him, Memo Ochoa, in the 2015 CONCACAF Cup, right, against the U.S. And then recently, I think I read this last night or a day, 2 days ago, whatever. You had what's the name, the goalkeeper coach or former one, Nicolas, whatever, also saying that that someone imposed a player,
Vietnam is a law.
and he was recommending Chuy Corona, but no, they're saying no, you got to take Ochoa, and like he was against it, and he talked to the coaches and stuff like that. My problem with those type of statements is that if you're going to say that, hey, I got an ex-player or ex-agency or organization was imposing a player on me, that's not good enough. You have to say who did it, because at that end it's just fucking he said she said bullshit, and I don't really think that it's as pervasive as some want to make it out in terms of that certain like marketing companies and stuff like that are forcing, players onto the national team coach. Because if you think about it, like we talk about Sigifredo Mercado, was he really marketable? I kind of realized that was a lot of bullshit and a lot of crap that were saying by the pundits, because like especially in the Ojitos Mesa era, you had guys that were of his liking, like Omar Blanco, Victor Ruiz, David Rangel. These guys weren't fucking popular or on billboards,
He did say that some players went and told him not to call them up. It seems like there was a making of the bet there.
So,
but Grant, I agree with you. I agree. I don't think, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is some pressure being put if there's pressure being put to call up certain guys, and then the pressure is like these might be people that if shit goes sideways, they're gonna help you keep your job. You know.
I can understand the agents. I can understand the agents and the promoters doing that because obviously they make a cut out of this, right?
No. I'm saying
But I don't think it's as nefarious as people want to make it out. Because, like I said, when you look back at a lot of the rosters, you're thinking, why the fuck is he on there? It's not like he's a marketable player. It's not like he's a fucking cara bonita, you know? It's like
a Campos that when he gets called, you know, I think La Puente takes him, and he had that Pepsi, and he had some other ads, even though he wasn't at the top. And I don't think he was totally imposed, but it's like if someone brought you there, if someone put you in the national team, some directivo, then it's going to be like, hey, now you need to do this favor for me. I put you here.
This is where this stemmed from. Okay, that whole thing stemmed from the '86 World Cup when what's his name, Capitan Furiatena, right? Didn't make the national team, the World Cup, right? Especially in the '80s when when you had America's golden decade there, right? They're thinking, well, how the hell can Capitan Furia not make the national team? So there was that urban legend that basically because he had a different sponsor that he didn't make it. It took basically 2-3 decades after the fact to say that was a bullshit story. The coach just didn't like him. Bora didn't want him.
Yeah.
So
that was Campos. He went to '94 with I think he was already sponsored by Nike when he goes to the '94 World Cup. And Mexico was using Umbro.
Campos wore Umbro. He didn't get Nike till after the World Cup.
No, but he was
after the World Cup. In '95 is when they roll out the Nike. No, but in '95 is when they roll out the Nike uniforms for him.
Yeah, but if you see some of the kids, está tapado, tiene tape. Read into it. He had Nike already.
No, they literally say Umbro at the World Cup. They literally say Umbro.
It did. It was Umbro. He couldn't wear it, but that was why. I'm gonna get info for you.
So to finish with this, if Memo Ochoa is the third keeper, which honestly, I mean, Conejo Perez wasn't supposed to be the goalkeeper in South Africa. He basically got there as a favor because he'd already worked with him, right? But if Ochoa gets to be the third keeper, is it well deserved? Knowing knowing how he plays in the World Cups.
Yeah. Who else are you going to take in the third spot? Acevedo? Padilla?
What's his name? Martin del Palacio. He actually broke this down. I wish I could find I wish I would have bookmarked this, but basically he hit the hill. He was dead on with his analysis of Memo Ochoa that it's not Memo Ochoa that was robbing, taking opportunities from other keepers. It's just that the other keepers weren't taking advantage of the opportunities. So that goes back to hey, if Ochoa can, if Ochoa can have a good World Cup, despite what he's doing in league, or despite if he made it, he played well in Europe and stuff like that. Giovanni Dos Santos and Memo Ochoa in the national team, they've been fantastic. Despite even sometimes they could be playing irregular in the league and stuff like that, but when they put on the jersey in the national team, my respects.
I don't think the majority will have a problem with Ochoa going to the World Cup. Same way the majority did not have a problem with Conejo going because of the experience. What most people did not expect was Conejo starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ochoa. If he starts, it's a whole different conversation if he deserves to start over Tala, Malagon. They're not.
But it's a different situation. Tala and Malagon are not playing at the level that Ochoa or even Mitchell were at in fucking 2010.
But I mean, also, Conejo had a good World Cup. So I mean, doesn't that justify at the end? Wouldn't that justify at the end his call up? Not like he screwed up. And
I think the goal against South Africa, he could have done more if he was taller.
Well, just like in that goal against Ecuador in 2002. If we was taller, he would have. I wish I was a little bit taller.
I'm sorry, I've never been impressed with Conejo Perez. I understand, like, he's got the hops, and for his height, he's impressive, but I still, I don't rate him as a goalkeeper.
I saw him in '96, and he impressed me. I saw him in '96 at East LA College when they were preparing for the Preolímpico, and like you said, he had fucking mad hops. I was like, wow. I saw him and I was impressed, and I honestly, I never really frowned upon him. I was always happy with either him or Osvaldo. They were pretty much. It's just that Osvaldo was taller, but they're both quality guys.
So to pivot, by when do you think Aguirre? Because how many more friendlies do we have? Does Mexico have? They have Australia. They have what is it? They have like 4 more, right? 4 or 5 more.
No, they have like 8, I think, because they have Iceland, Belgium, Portugal, Ghana, Serbia, Australia, and I might be missing one.
So at what point do you basically disregard the players that you're not going to take and you go with the team that you're going to go? Minus 2-3 players that may get injured, whatever you may take. You may consider if one of the players gets injured. When do you?
It's a good question. When is the deadline to submit your roster?
It's in May. It's in May.
Yeah, so I'm assuming.
It's in May. Let me see.
I would say by the. Wait, is it in May? Damn.
But don't they give out a list of 40 first and then gradually give the final list towards May?
I mean,
no, the deadline's in May. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't think you have the luxury to really test out any more players.
Oh, he still has time.
No, it isn't.
I would say.
Okay, so
March.
So the national teams are required to release players from club by May 25th. While the exact submission deadline is not yet public, teams historically submit the final rosters about a month before the World Cup. So I think early May then.
Yeah,
it should be early May.
So they
have your list in May.
They play Ghana on May 22nd. They play Australia on May 30, and then Serbia on June 4th. So I would say by those 3 final friendlies, you'll have your, is it 23 or 26 players?
26.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If it's 26, yeah, fucking Ochoa's a shoo-in.
Yeah, by May you should.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And not wasting anyone's time.
Wait, as a 4th keeper or 3rd?
No, he's taking 3 keepers. No, he's taking 3 keepers.
If it's 26, then yeah, or whether Ormigas sits on the bench, I would take him. If it was 23, as he's doing really well. I'm glad he's doing well, but the thing about it is he hasn't convinced me internationally, and that's what it matters because the World Cup is an international tournament. I'm
reading some posts here that the provisional squads, which I think it's the 40 man roster, that one is May 11th, and then the final deadline is June 1st. That's already when you cut it down.
Wait, the preliminary list is how many players?
I was reading it. It's you could put 40 players in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But they do it for every tournament. It's like you see it like in the Copa Oro Sur. They put every fucking eligible guy, and then I think it's just like
I remember.
But I don't know. Let me look into this.
Remember in 2010 how they did Jonah Dos Santos dirty?
Well, they also did that in 06, and they criticized La Volpe for it as well. It's like, don't even take people that you know that you're not going to consider. But you're right. They did, Jonah dirty. And didn't his father want him to quit it or something like that, if I recall?
Yeah, he says he was going to play. He was going to play for Brazil or Spain.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can condemn or vindicate Aguirre based on his history because, as you guys have already mentioned, he left out Pardo, right? And then he also brought in Chicharito. So, like, as far as Hormiga is concerned, we don't know which way he can go. Hopefully, he does. I think that's the biggest question. I think he's going to.
Hey, but is Santi even going to be in shape? Is he even going to be in shape to make it?
The reason we bring up, or at least the reason why I'm bringing up, Aguirre's his tendencies in his previous cycles is because sometimes it was defying logic, is because even though X player was playing better, right, and was playing in more important games, Copa Libertadores and stuff like that, like that stuff, Aguirre, I don't know, he just, I just don't like him. He never really specified why and stuff like that. And at least to, like, for example, to La Volpe's credit, La Volpe, would say, well, no, I figured out that I didn't need Cuauhtemoc Blanco because, I saw how the team responded in 05 Confederations Cup. Okay, well, you could agree or disagree, but at least he gave the public his reason for it. And with Aguirre, sometimes he never given those reasons, and you're fucking scratching your head. It's like, why the fuck did he leave Tato, Noriega out? Why did he leave Pardo out? Why did he leave this guy out? Which was like the clear better option because they were playing better, like head above the rest. And he did that. He did the same thing. He did the same thing in South Africa, and I'm worried that he may do that this time around. And
okay, I found sorry, Ron.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I found information regarding the player rosters that pertain to the 2022 World Cup. So for the 22 the World Cup in Qatar, the provisional rosters were increased from 35 players to 55. So you could do up to 55 players with at least 4 goalkeepers, and then for the final roster, it must be cut down to 3 goalkeepers and a 26-man squad.
That's very hopeful. Yeah.
So
dude.
I don't know. I mean, Hormiga might make that provisional roster, but
do we really have 35 players?
Buenas. What's up, bros?
Hey, Tomás, welcome.
What's up?
Tomás.
Interesante estoy escuchando y I hear things that are surprising. But maybe it's the Chivas bros. They're on cloud 9 right now. They're leading the league, so they're thinking that every Chivas player will be a solution for the national team. You guys know I'm like the resident NPC Mexico fan. I just kind of follow the national team from here and there, the outsiders in, but I don't see any, like, I know you mentioned, Jaime, that things are looking better. To be honest, to me, it seems like the shit just got shittier, and it's like we just have more players to choose from, not so much because the talent is better, but because things are that uncertain, if that makes sense. But
it's during crisis where the cream rises, right? And I think because there's a lot of ambiguity with Aguirre and who he might take to the World Cup, the ones that were considered like untouchable, now they have someone over their shoulder, and that's gonna make them want to stay, perform better.
Let's walk through
look at the forward situation. Tomas, look at the forward situation. In Qatar, we're fucking can fucking Raúl make it, and then fucking call fucking Funes Mori and fucking and fucking La Bomba. Now there's fucking there it hasn't been like this in a while. Now there's some controversy. Is Hormiga gonna get in? Is it fucking or is fucking Berterame gonna get the call? Or fucking is Quiñones going? So the talent pool is much better forward than it was 4 years ago.
This is my concern though. The guys that are being considered, yes, we have how many actual like Mexicanos? We have Hormiga. I want him to play. I want him to start because when have we done well with a naturalizado?
Senior.
I guess.
Senior.
That's
Maybe.
about it.
Oh, and,
But, like-
and Bozo saved Mexico from being eliminated in the fucking group round of the eliminatoria.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like somewhere down in South America. I remember that moment. It was quite a moment. But like, I mean,
it was in Canada. It was in Canada.
Was
in
it?
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, if he doesn't tie the game, fucking Mexico was gonna fucking gonna suffer to make it past the fucking group stage.
I mean, like,
Sure, South
okay,
Africa.
so like, right, we'll give him his props for that. But I mean, at the World Cup stage and just
Yeah.
like these.
Oh, Senior was decent.
But like, okay, so like, this is why like I lament for someone like a Piojo. Piojo has his flaws. He got his ass kicked in Costa Rica or whatever, but he had that like rile the troops type of coaching style, if you will. And it seems like with the World Cup, you don't necessarily need a tactician as your head coach. You just need talent, and you need your players to be all in. So I
And you
don't
need
see
him to
that.
get hot.
Do you
Yeah,
think-
exactly. Yeah.
You think Morocco
Yeah.
was talented? All they did is park the
Who?
bus.
I think
Morocco, because they made top 4, and aside from like
No, it was one of those. But like Tomas said, it was like the coach fucking round them up. He had a good plan, and they got fired. That's what it is. You just need to fucking catch fire.
no, but he said they need talent, and I didn't think
No.
Morocco was talented at all. I think they punched above their weight, and
No.
they
No,
actually
no,
they
no,
actually
They were
they made it
well-structured.
they made it so far because they were so tactical. Whereas in Mexico, we're not very like when it comes to IQ, it's not there, bro.
Hold on. Weren't you writing their nets in the chat?
No, I'm saying
Morocco.
no, I'm saying that a team like Morocco made it as far as they did because they had they were tactical and they fucking did that to a T, and that's not gonna happen with a team of Mexicans. I'm sorry, we're not disciplined enough.
If I recall, you were willing to trade you wanted their accomplishment.
Morocco has
and
already
you wanted
surpassed
to-
us in the World Cup. So
No, come on, dude. What? That's a fucking fluke like Greece in 04.
hey,
You
they
know,
have
I
a
mean,
euro. They have a euro
And
parking the bus.
And here,
I don't
okay,
care
and here's
how
the
you.
thing.
I don't care how you got there. It's in the history books. Mexico hasn't gone past the round of what? The fucking 8. Like it's embarrassing.
Greece went to the Confederaciones and got fucking handled.
So what? You want to be a Salvadorian and basically just
Salvadorian? No,
wait 50, 60 years?
I want Mexico to at least make it to the top 4 in a World Cup, and we're not going to do it on talent because we don't have the talent. We're not gonna. We're not that team.
By your logic, would you say Costa Rica also surpassed Mexico at
Who?
the World Cup?
Who?
Costa Rica, because they went to the quarterfinals in 14.
Yeah, they fucking who they fucking faced?
No,
What was the
I'm
fucking-
talking
who
top
they-
4. I'm talking top 4.
Hey, Costa Rica, fucking dude, they played what is it? Italy, England, Uruguay. I mean, that to me, that's probably been the toughest group of death. And props to them. Yeah.
What about the Octavos? Who they face? Fucking Greece or something, or fucking Korea? Who they beat?
No, who? Costa Rica?
Yeah, who they beat?
Look.
It was Greece or South Korea. One of those.
Let me.
No. In 2014, they played Italy, England, and Uruguay, and they
No, in octavos. Who they face?
I think it was Who was it? Who did they face?
It doesn't matter. Let me just phrase my statement so we can all understand where I'm coming from. Our objective is to get farther than we ever did in the World Cup, and it's at home, right? So we have that going for us. There's 2 ways to go on a deep run. Number 1, you have a lot of talent, world-class talent that plays in the highest leagues week in and week out, right? Clearly,
we don't have that.
We don't have that, right? So the other way to kind of get in here and come out as a surprise is to be incredibly disciplined, be incredibly tactical, do your research, know exactly how to win every single battle on the pitch. That's what Morocco did. We don't have that either. We don't have the discipline, and we don't have the coach to do that.
But
Hey,
you know,
Jaime,
it's surprising. It's surprising that we don't have that because that was fucking Aguirre's rap in Spain. That he would take these fucking teams that were the border of fucking descenso, and he would fucking implement discipline and fucking have them fucking scrap points. And that's what I don't get that he hasn't done with Mexico.
Because it's Mexico, and it's like, you know, he had fucking Cuauhtemoc smoking cigarettes in the fucking training camp, bro. It's like, dude, we don't have that.
So here's the thing.
You know what?
And here's the
that. Hey, real quick, because Ron, because I'm gonna go for 20 minutes. Real quick, I saw a post the other day. It was saying that in the Premier League, coaches that coach low possession teams, like a bottom team, and they impress, and then they go coach a heavy possession team, like a top team, like 99% of them have failed. Like, you know, it's just not the same of being the underdog and like playing the counter and then being given that big shot and expecting to execute with a complete different game plan. Aguirre was the same thing in Spain. His job was not to have possession to play beautiful. His job was to salvarse del descenso and to get some scrappy wins and stay afloat. Whether it was in 15th place or 10th place, it's all the same. Now, when you bring it over to Mexico, you can't have that mindset of te voy a jugar como si yo fuera Honduras. I'm gonna play very tactical, very organized, park the bus, because his mentality of the team that he has in front of him and what Mexico means in the region, it just won't allow him.
But Mexico doesn't have that talent, though.
That 0-2 game against Italy says everything different.
So
you might need to rewatch that game.
Like that. The whole tournament. You think he can last the whole tournament like that?
Hey, all those 3 games are good. He shit the bed against the US, but those 3 games were good.
We tried to do it against Argentina, right? Tata tried to do the 5-3-2 against Argentina. It didn't work. It didn't work.
It was trash.
We can't park the bus, bro. That's not our style. That's not, you know, the Mexican feels very comfortable having majority possession. That's how we play, out of comfort, out of defense. I don't know. It's just like, that's just ingrained into our style of play. And I have yet to see Mexico successfully be the team that says, have the ball. We'll fucking defend it. You guys can't break us down, and we're going to counter the fuck out of you and beat you. I haven't seen Mexico do that in a very long time.
It doesn't happen, man, because the World Cup qualifiers is your preparation, is you studying for the test. If you study for the test doing possession against Honduras, Salvador, Canada, the US, how are you going to show up to the test and do a complete different thing that you did the other 4 years? It's like one of those, you know, it's our curse. All right, Ron, go on your 20-minute rant.
Lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Es que tenemos que regresar a Libertadores. There. I said it.
No. Es que en los 80s, güey. En los 80s, cuando la televisión todavía era blanco y negro, era el mejor fútbol que habías visto, güey.
No se dice negro, se dice mono, boludo.
Ah, se me olvida. Cuando era Mono y Vini, ¿verdad? Era todo lo que había.
These guys are saying Mexico's going to play defensive in the World Cup, that they're going to park the bus.
Mexico.
In the OG chat, we had guys that knew about soccer.
Yeah. The thing about it is, like, they are seated in the group, right? So they have to impose their style of play in these 3 matches. Even against the European playoff team, they have to be the one that dominates possession. That shit changes once you get into the knockout phase and you're actually playing a team that's ranked top 10 in the world, right? You can't do that to one of those teams. So it's fucked, dude. It's completely fucked. Morocco kind of parked the bus their whole fucking campaign and nobody could figure it out.
Yeah, then they go to penalties like in 2 KO games, like Croatia and somebody else, Portugal, maybe.
Well, France figured them out, but France played them physical, and that's how they fucking demolished that fucking luck.
So the thing is that Morocco was bunkering down against everyone, against African counterparts, and then in the World Cup against whoever they faced, right? Mexico doesn't do that. We play one way at home in our domestic bubble, you know, North America, CONCACAF, and then we play another against, you know, the big dogs. And so, like, our identity isn't as cemented as Morocco, and so there's that to contend with.
We get so many few looks at top 10 teams that when we finally have them in front of us, unfortunately, like, it's not a sandboxed environment. We get eliminated, right? And we have so many little opportunities to play against top 10 teams that we don't know how to fucking act when we finally have it in front of us until it's in the World Cup where it's too late, right? So that's the problem with Mexico, is like we don't get those looks. We don't get those opportunities. Luckily, we got Belgium and Portugal, tune-up matches before the World Cup. And that's why the whole argument of why we need to send players to Europe.
That's pretty recent, though, Jaime. That's pretty recent because Mexico used to have Confederaciones. They used to have Copa America.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
those
now,
are two
bro.
tournaments. That's right. It's
a modern.
recent,
It's a modern problem, you know.
No, yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree with that.
Joel,
Remember
remember in the 90s, they would also do like a lot of fucking friendlies in Europe. They would go play Wembley. They'd fucking do the fucking Copa Kirin. They'd do a bunch of shit.
Yeah, they played.
Yeah, the Kirin. Damn, bro, you took it way back. You're gonna.
Yeah, they played in the 80s.
Hey, keep bringing up cups that Diaz never saw. He's gonna get mad, man. Shit, Copa Kirin. Those were you have to wake up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, wake up at 3 a.m. and watch them play against fucking Egypt. Yeah.
Well, we have a World Cup this year. Doesn't feel like it, based on a lot of things.
Jaime, I have a question for you, Jaime.
Yeah.
Jaime, I have a question. So what happens if Mexico gets fucking shellacked against fucking Belgium and fucking and Portugal? How's the morale there? What happens? How does the fan base? How do you think the fan base reacts to that?
If they get mollywopped or if they win.
Yeah, and those two games, if they get fucking mollywopped, like
I think
they just get embarrassed.
So I recall us playing England right before the World Cup in 2010, and we got our shit pushed in. It was like 4-0, 5-0 at Wembley.
Yeah, Wembley. Yeah.
But for those first like 10 minutes, Mexico looked respectable. I think it's not in the scoreline, but in the manner of how we lose. If it's like embarrassing, like if Ronaldo scores like, a hat trick and it's like men against boys out there, this could get ugly really quickly. Not saying like Aguirre's at risk of losing his job or anything, but if he thought he had a few players locked in for the World Cup and they lose embarrassingly, I think he's going to reconsider the players that he calls up. So, I mean, there's a lot that could happen.
Didn't Osorio have a bad loss also right before the World Cup? Who the fuck that everybody was saying, fuck this.
I forgot.
Who they lose to? I don't know. I gotta see. But yeah, I remember he had one, and there was fucking everybody was saying, "No, pa que vamos al mundial," and then well, they beat fucking Germany. So
yeah, you also can't look too much into these results because I don't think everyone's gonna go at full force couple months before the World Cup. You don't want to give your hand out like, hey, this is exactly how we're gonna play the World Cup. But there's a lot to this modern game now. I will say though, these matches, if we don't perform well, like, and the prices of these tickets and all that, like, it might be one of the worst attended World Cups. I mean, we have that potentially happening.
Oh, Jaime, it's already sold out, right?
Is it really?
It is, man. Come on.
All the tickets are sold out? I don't believe you.
For Mexico, maybe, but not the World Cup.
I mean, for the World Cup in general, I heard that it's like not selling as well.
No, it's not sold out.
Yeah,
definitely not sold out. No, but that's an interesting point you bring up. I remember Osorio. He was talking about when he was preparing his game for Germany, that in the friendlies, he had like his game plan, like game plan A, but he split it in two. So like in one friendly, he had the defense run the plan, and then the offense is like, you guys do, like whatever. And then in the next friendly, he had the offense run his plan versus Germany. And then the defense, like, you guys do whatever. So when Germany would watch the highlights, like, it would completely catch him off guard. But he was literally just running those practices and split the plan into two. So it's always interesting, you as a fan, you're watching and you're like, oh, vale mierda, no juegan bien. And you don't realize that the coach's only focus is on the defense to see if they're running his plan. And then the next game, he's only focused on the offense.
Yes. I'm trying to tell you guys this. Hacen caso, güey.
Unfortunately, Aguirre's not that smart. So
Oh,
I don't expect him to be that
you
fucking
don't
witty.
get a career.
But I
You
think
didn't talk about that loud.
Osorio was obsessed, bro. And that's why we got the
Yes,
win against
but-
Germany. He was so focused on
but
Germany, he
Aguirre over
forgot about
Osorio.
the rest of the tournament. He's like, oh shit. It's like I was so focused on beating Germany that I forgot about the rest of the World Cup. My bad, guys.
He messed up with the red penny, black penny highway.
Now, what really happened is that there was an intervention where all the players confronted him and made him change his ways. I think for the knockout round.
Really? I know against
Well, it was that
that was
he
a
Sweden,
stopped with
Ramos
the
thing.
he stopped with the rotaciones. He stopped with the rotations, and that ended up fucking him up.
he used the same lineup for Korea and Sweden, right? That was the
For-
thing. Or was
Yeah,
it?
the
yeah, so
players
for the
convinced
third
him to
group
play
game.
the same lineup versus
Yeah.
Sweden.
Yeah, and it fucked everything up.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. There is a rumor saying that San Diego FC is trying to lure Henry Martin from
Get la
America.
bomba. Yeah, la bomba. Yeah. That they need a Mexican player now that they fucking kicked out Chucky.
But Chuki's still under contract. So how's
Yeah,
that
but
going
the
to work
coach has
out?
said
they don't want
the
him,
coach has
though.
said the coach said we wish him well. We want to see him in the World Cup, but he has no place with us.
But they're still obligated to pay him out. So what?
Yeah. They're gonna eat it. They're gonna eat the salary until they sell him, or I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't want him. They don't. And then did you hear the brother fucking came out and
brother.
fucking put him on the spot, saying that es prepotente, that he's a diva,
Dude.
that he has a bad attitude.
His brother threw him under the bus, saying that he's a problem child and that he's always had issues at every club he's been at. Like, there's a reoccurring theme in all of them, and I'm like, holy shit, bro, that's your own brother. I'm sure, like, he is worse than what we thought of his own family.
No, and I believe him. I believe him because my friend from who's a reporter from CDMX, he had told me a couple years ago, like he's ese cabrón tiene un carácter de perro. Yeah, I believe him.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hasn't talked to his parents in years.
Really?
That was like the
Damn.
last
Man, that's fucked up.
punch que tiró el hermano
All o-
que he
all
hasn't
over
talked to
Kobe
his parents
Bryant.
in a year.
Wow.
All over
I'm not one to
Kobe.
judge
They
on
probably
that.
asked for money. He's like, fuck you, this is my money.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, you read or I saw, I forget what podcast, and I also read it, where you hear Salcido talking about his youth, where when he was a kid, he was young, he would try to go to his aunt and uncle's house to get a bite to eat, but when he would show up, they would basically just hide the food and stuff like that, and then they wouldn't offer him anything, and then
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So, but when he finally made it and stuff like that, oh, mijo, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So it's like, you don't know. I mean, you don't know the situation, if his parents or his brothers and stuff like that. Personally, I see no reason why his brother had to go air that out, That's just.
I agree. Yeah. It's also, I think it's being an opportunist, right? Like right now, Chuki's kind of like in the shitter, being thrown under the bus. So it's like, fuck it, I'll take this opportunity to speak out and say something bad about him. And, even.
But is he really in the shitter? Is it really? He's making fucking $4 million without fucking doing shit.
I guess for him, I mean, he's set. I guess the only risk is like he's not gonna go to the World Cup, right? I mean, if he's if he's choosing to make them pay out his contract instead of being a gentleman and saying, hey, let me see what teams I can move to, he's just gonna sit down and say, fuck you, pay me.
But we're already in March. I mean, he would need to fucking catch fire in 2 months. I think the World Cup's gone for him already.
I hope so, but I don't trust Aguirre. I still think Aguirre.
I mean, what could he do into? He has to go to a club. He has to fit in, and then he has fucking March. He has April. That's it. Like, what the fuck? I mean,
Yeah, no, there, he
unless
said you
Aguirre
have
just
to
takes
be
him because
playing.
of his fucking name value.
He did say that, right? You have to be playing.
Yeah, that's what
He
they
did.
They
literally
asked
said.
him
That
about Ochoa when
he
Ochoa
tiene que estar
didn't have a
jugando.
club.
Tienes que
Yeah.
estar jugando
Yeah.
para que te considere.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's gone. That's it. I think that's the end of the discussion. Chucky's not gonna be in the fucking.
I
He's
hope
gonna be in
so.
the World Cup, but doing a fucking sponsorship. I don't think he's gonna play.
A couple of minutes
So-
ago, we were talking about surprises. Chucky Lozano va a estar en la pinche lista.
In
I
the
don't think so. I don't see it.
Nah, he's not
Eh,
playing.
no,
we
man.
might not
he's not
see it,
gonna
pero
do
como
shit.
estamos
No.
hablando de Aguirre and his,
yeah.
surprises, he's gonna come up with that surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the MLS guys are doing fucking preseason right now. They're fucking getting some shit. Chucky's fucking just training at the performance center.
That's crazy.
I don't think he'll make it. If he was a
He's not
president,
making it. It's a
You
dead
asked
point.
for-
That's it.
the people's
Can he
review
even
on
join a
him,
team right now, or is he just stuck to like MLS?
America.
He
He could
join,
go
but
Liga
is the
MX.
team gonna pay him what's
Oh, because
Is
you
he
know
gonna let go
the
of that bread.
That's the thing, and he's been fuck you, pay me.
yeah.
Ah,
They could pay him
Wait,
half. Like sometimes they do a loan where the other
Alone.
team might request. Yeah, they don't have
No,
to
wait,
buy
pero
him.
he has
but
openly
we'll
said
pay him.
it. Que le tienen que pagar su contrato
Yep.
Well, that's
y
right.
que él no se quiere ir.
Yep.
Oh, well,
Like
si no se
point
quiere
blank,
ir, no
that's
se
what
quiere
he
ir.
said.
But sometimes with these loans, it'll be like, okay, like we'll pay half.
I'll
and then
cover
you pay
half his
the other half.
wages. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
And then the team's not using them. They don't
The
care.
thing about it is, I don't even think anybody wants to pay half his wages. Like it's
Porque
still,
están bien altos,
it's
güey.
still overpriced. He's probably making like what, 7 million right now? 6-7 million?
and then with that rep that the brother reinforced, I don't think nobody wants to take us at a fucking guy that could fucking kill your roster, that could kill your
Yeah.
fucking dressing room. I
Even
think
like
he's gonna cash out. He's gonna fucking kick it in fucking La Jolla. Go to fucking right there. Go to fucking Tacos El Frank and the
Yeah.
gas lamp, and I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We shall see. Well, looking at the horizon, I think Chivas finally will have a worthy opponent on Saturday against Cruz Azul. And it's the number 1 team versus the number 2 team. Abdias, I don't know if you're still on, but what can we expect from Chemos on Saturday? I know you guys just lost Chiquete Orozco.
Creo que está viendo culos. He said he does that.
He's
He's
got
in Monterrey, man.
he's got
No,
the he's
le
got
están
the
le están dando un Huawei's, that's what.
he's got the
No, he's
the
not
belt.
on.
He's got the belt around his neck, and he's doing his thing.
He's pressing the emergency button on the.
Where's this
telephone.
game at, Jaime?
It's gonna be in
Neta.
the. What, is Cruz Azul still playing in Seúl or no? They got
No, in El Cuauhtémoc, right?
they're in El Cuauhtémoc now. Oh
Yeah,
my
they have a new-
god!
Yeah, they've been
Couch
playing in El
surfing
Cuauhtémoc.
stuff.
So yeah, it'll be in Puebla.
It'll be in
Still
Puebla.
couch
No
surfing.
shit.
If Chivas wins the league in this season, is it tainted?
Yes, it's Brother 85. Payback, bitch.
No, not tainted, man. Come on. How would it be tainted?
What's that? No, because I do remember somebody. When America won in what was it 02?
Oh, no.
Because remember they broke the 12, 13 years without being without winning a title, and then they won basically right before the World Cup, where the league was a lot of the players had already left and stuff like that, and then obviously they were playing against Necaxa, who at the time
Oh
was-
my
remember that.
Televisa. Yeah.
So,
You're
but
making
I'm
the
just
case
wondering.
yourself for why it was tainted.
No. But here's the thing: if Adolfo Rios doesn't make that fucking stop, it's game over.
It looks.
Yeah.
It looks like Abdias is back on.
Yeah, really
Well-
quickly. I just stepped out to my balcony and I lost connection.
Sure.
No, te oí, güey, no hay pedo. No hay pedo. Y luego están
You have a
diciendo
family
que me
that
la
loves
están
He was-
mamando y todo.
He was climaxing as soon as the mic turned on. He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta step out."
Hey. You guys can't hear me bust a nut, okay? You can hear her choking, but you can't hear me bust. Pero bueno, como estaba diciendo, güey. Yeah, we lost Chiquete, pero no hay pedo, güey. We just got the Nigerian defender.
Oh, okay.
Acaba de llegar. So Cruz Azul is honestly gearing up to push your shit in.
Oh.
Nico Ibanez is on track to regain the form that he used to have. Like, Cruz Azul's heating up.
You guys have Nico Ibanez?
Güey, no mames. Le metió 2 goles a Tigres.
Dude, that's what I said in the chat. Like, that move made no sense. Like, how does
I thought he was at Tigres. What the fuck?
Yes.
Because Nico wasn't doing shit over at Tigres, way.
But as Tigres, if Tigres wants to consider themselves a top team, you don't reinforce another top team that can take the league from you. That move makes no sense.
Wow.
Pero también, güey, look at the roster that Tigres
man, that's like
carries all the time.
Sells to Liverpool, some bullshit like that. You make Cruz Azul have a bigger chance of winning the title by selling him over. Like that's just something you don't do.
So do you think America fucked up by letting Buffalo go to Monterrey?
Buffalo can still deliver. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have let him go to Monterrey. I would have sold him outside of the country or to a lower team that doesn't have a chance at the title.
Like, given how thin Club America squad is right now and like how in flux it is, I don't think it was a good move to sell Buffalo to a rival.
I mean, fuck the Huilas, and if I get Nico Ibanez, I'm going to take advantage of that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm criticizing Tigres for even doing that. Like, it makes zero sense.
Pero no mames, güey. Tigre has such a deep squad, and then you also have Guignac and his wages. Like, granted, those pockets are deep, but they're not fucking endless. You have to balance
MLS,
your books
man.
somehow.
Sell them to the MLS.
So to bring
no
it back
seas pendejo, they weren't gonna pay as much.
Cruz Azul just beat Tigres 2-1, right? And then they tied Toluca 1-1, and then they beat Juarez in dramatic fashion 4-3. So they are heating up, and so this is going to be the best litmus test for Chivas.
Mm-hmm.
With 6-6, but we haven't beat
anybody yet.
We did beat Club America, but they're in flux right now. They're not in their best moment, and everyone knows that.
You know what? I think we should make the bet, man. I mean, la vez pasada, pinche Habibi se culió y no se quiso cambiar el nombre.
No, we never
y aquí están todos. Aquí están toda la pinche cantina de puros chivistas.
Pull out the bet, man.
Hey, for 1 week, change the name of your account. La puta de Cruz Azul.
Oh my God.
Fine.
That's it. That's the bet.
You played Puebla. Puebla got a red card at the 11th minute, and you won 1-0 with a goal in the last 10 minutes. You think I'm worried about you?
No te preocupes, papi.
What happens if they draw? If they draw, do you guys just like give each other the Dutch rudder?
We go Steen.
Nah, we dock.
Hand, he gives him his hand.
Nah. We go docking, bro. It's 50-50.
What's that one? I don't know that one.
Why don't you guys wait, you don't know what docking is?
Why don't you guys put money?
I don't even want to know how I know that.
Porque eres un pinche degenerate, güey. That's why you know what that is.
Pero él es un maníaco.
Hey, Joel, ¿sabes qué, güey?
I actually pictured that. Pictured that when you were saying it.
You're most refined and scholarly person here. Por favor, dile a nuestro audience what docking is.
You have to be uncircumcised.
Oh my
God. What does that mean?
Oh no! I'm on Urban Dictionary. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
You connect fierros and then you put the hood over the other.
So it's like welding.
It's like a push pop. I like the Dutch rudder more. The Dutch rudder is fair because it's a draw. The Dutch rudder.
Y luego estás acá de que you were picturing it. Pinche cochino, güey. Cochino y goloso a la misma vez.
Es que that's on my mind. I'm visual.
Wow.
So I'm visual. That's my.
Oh my goodness.
When people say things, my mind projects the images.
Look.
I'm telling you, Joel, you're on some type of list. I don't know what list, but there's a list.
I mean, wait, tenemos a Rifaldo just hanging out on the island. Tenemos al pinche Joel acá imagining, wait, daydreaming con Fujis about fucking docking. No mames, güey. Pinches degenerados.
I'm not in the Epstein files, bro.
Wow, dude.
Hey, wait, you might not be
You
in the
checked your
files,
name already, Rifaldo?
but you're kicking it on the island. ¿Cómo se siente la arena?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, we're getting close to that segment, by the way. Let me just run past these matches on Friday. We have Tigres Pachuca kicking things off, Puebla America, Atlas San Luis on Saturday, León Santos on Saturday, Necaxa Toluca on Saturday, Cruz Azul Chivas. That's going to be the main event on Saturday. And the final game on Saturday is Tijuana versus Mazatlan. And then we do have two matches on Sunday. Pumas against Monterrey and Querétaro versus Juárez. Real quick, Santos, what the fuck is going on there? How do they have less points than the team that's not going to exist in a couple months, Mazatlan? Like, you got to be dog shit to be dead last right now. If you're
No, güey.
Hey,
No,
hey,
no más
careful,
eso.
careful. Ron
A
might
ver.
say you're jealous of the president.
¿De Aleco?
Yeah, you know,
No,
when you
I'm not-
criticize
that's-
hijo de papi.
No,
Hey,
that's
güey,
not what I'm saying.
espérate.
That's not
Hablando
not what
de
I'm
hijo de
saying.
papi, güey.
No,
Ron,
no,
Ron,
that's-
ya sé, güey. Ya sé que
no,
te
no,
mueve
no,
el
no,
culo
no, no,
cuando
no,
decimos que eres hijo de papi, güey.
no.
Porque es la
No.
verdad, pero no hay
No,
pedo.
what
Ahora,
I'm
nomás
saying is
escucha, güey. Nomás
be
escucha.
consistent.
Mira, eso es lo que digo. Hablando de hijos
Be
de papi.
consistent. Be
¿Vieron?
consistent.
Eres un estúpido.
Be consistent. That's what I'm saying.
Mira, güey,
Is because if you're going to criticize Santos because junior or freshman, whatever the fuck you want to call them, then how do you explain that the last 5 championships, a bicampeonato and a tricampeonato, also by fucking hijos de papi?
Mira, güey, mira, I'm about to show you how out of touch you are. Wait, ¿no viste la pinche conferencia de prensa que acaban de tener ayer? Donde papi vino y le sacó las papas de la lumbre a Aleco, que dijo, no, el máximo responsable aquí soy yo. No es mi hijo, soy yo. Yo soy el que ha fallado, yo soy el que ha hecho todo esto. Entonces, el papi vino y se echó el pinche león para salvar al hijo.
So
Pero
who's
no,
the face?
güey.
No, so who's the face? Who's the face right now of Santos? It's the son, right?
No, papi, because he came back just yesterday.
Okay. So
yesterday they had
so
the meetings.
the same criticism that what's his name? Chucho, what's his name? Martinez, right? Leon. He also caught shit, but they won championships. The point is just be consistent, because if you're going to say that they're losing because they have an hijo de papi there, that's not an analysis.
I am being consistent. I'm telling you that his dad had to come in yesterday and save the fucking image of the club. The fact that you're out of touch and you don't know what's happening in Mexico is a whole different fact.
So hold on. Who are the last 5 champions of Liga MX?
All right.
No mames, güey.
No.
No mames, güey. Si quieres te mando una foto de mi pito para que sepas que tan largo está.
No. Come on. Be consistent. Be consistent. Okay, you can't say that's not an excuse. You could say that administrative, he lacks experience. You can say that, but if you're saying that the reason why they're failing is because they have that's not a valid excuse. That's the type of bullshit fucking punditry that Mexico's had for the last 50 years of analysis. Oh, les pesa la camiseta. That's for fucking indios, dude. That's bullshit. How can I say it? That's not real analysis. You're saying, okay.
¿Quién dijo eso, güey? Tú solo haces tus pinches casos en the sky.
No, you guys.
Qué, te vas persiguiendo pinche Molinos. Tú solo, güey.
No.
Pelear contra Molinos. No hay pedo.
No.
Cara a todos, güey. Porque pues eres el más sabio, ¿no? Edúcanos.
Well, I'm telling you, that's not the reason, because the vast majority of Liga MX is basically family owned. Passing from either from son, from father to son, or from brother to brother, or stuff like that. That's just the way it is. It's always been.
¿Por qué tuvo que venir papi a sacar las papas de la lumbre?
Because they're in trouble.
¿Mande?
You know, so because they're in trouble.
Ah, ok. Entonces,
So
porque
hold on.
Junior no pudo, tuvo que venir el papá.
So the Chucho Jr. Was he doing well at first?
Wait, we're not talking about
Was he
Chucho.
doing?
We're talking
No.
about this right now.
I
That's
know.
your thing.
But
You like to pivot and you like to move
no, I'm not
goalposts y
pivoting.
todo esto.
I'm
para
not
que
pivoting.
funcione tu
I'm not
narrativa.
arguing. So here's the thing. I'm not saying the kid's doing a good job. I've never said, oh, this guy's doing fantastic. I'm just saying that that's not, oh, he's failing because, oh, he's a junior. No, that's not an analysis. You could say that he lacks experience. He doesn't know how to handle people. He doesn't, he hasn't, he doesn't, command respect from these people. He doesn't have a good team around him. All valid. But to say, oh, it's because, it's because of nepotism. No, that's not valid. Because you can make the car, like I said, you can make the case, Toluca, nepotism. America, nepotism. Cruz Azul, nepotism.
Hey, but you know, Ron, Chucho's kid did good within that year that que ascendió León. They were fucking, they were fucking champions.
No, I get it.
Y
I get
estaban
it.
compitiendo en Libertadores, güey. Pero a este cabrón quiere creer que es el más inteligente. Quiere decir que es el más vergón.
So
Está bueno,
right now,
güey.
who's the best team in Mexico right now? Right now, who's the best team right now in Mexico?
Chivas.
Las Chivas.
¿Y cuántos años? Espérate, güey. ¿Y cuántos años le rompimos
Who's
los
the fucking owner?
huevos?
Who the fuck's the owner now?
Ay, mira quién se enojó.
The owner now.
Pero ¿cuántos años le rompimos los huevos a Mauri?
So how many years did it take this Carrascarga to get this shit together? How many? His father died in 97. America hadn't was basically, they weren't doing too well. It took them a while. So right now, in the past 15 years, America's probably been the most consistent team. So that's not an excuse. Again, if you want to criticize this guy because of nepotism, it's not a valid criticism.
Ron,
But you know what? The guy didn't give us Carraga vibes. He didn't give him out. He gave fucking Chava Iglesias vibes. Didn't you see this fucking video
Ding,
about
ding.
like that? A dynamic that he was pulling with the fucking players. It looks straight from the episode of fucking Club de Cuervos.
Wait,
Like
did you see when he had the life coach with them?
Yeah,
No
it was
mames,
fucking
güey. That was even
fucking-
cringier.
All you needed was the assistant Hugo Sanchez, man. That it was fucking.
How many
Y la
years?
hermana, güey. Era lo único que
Right
faltaba.
now. Right now. How many years for did pundits like Vergara or not Vergara, Faitelson or Jose Ramon and stuff like that,
Apple cinnamon
basically
waffle.
begging, oh, Amaury needs to sell the team. He doesn't know what he's doing. Blah 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 blah. Or am I lying?
There was a time
Desde
when
que se
Amaury was
murió el
fucking up.
jefe, they've been saying
What?
they were saying that.
Wait,
But
we were
there was a
saying
time
that
when
last season.
Again, like I said, if you're going to be criticized, be analytical, be critical.
But
Them
you know what? There was a
nepotism.
point when Amaury
You may
was
be
fucking busy
look,
with other shit.
if you want
Ron,
to
it was
if
just
you
a comment
yeah.
to get you riled up, but no one
Ron,
thinks Santos
Ron.
is ass because he's an hijo de papi. Everyone
The
thinks
best
he's
teams
ass.
in the world, the
'cause
best
he's
clubs in the world.
inexperienced.
What model do they are they run by?
We already
Social
spoke
or
about
older?
dude, we already spoke
did.
about this, Rifado, and you were wrong because we're using an American sports franchise model. We're not Europe, so don't even compare them to Europe.
We have more. in
Okay,
common
and
with
we
our
went
European
and
counterparts
we
than
went
we
down
do
and
the
we went
Americans.
and we
It's a
went down the
different
list.
sport. It's a
We
different
went
sport
down the
in
list,
theory.
and we went down the list in NFL, and even in the NFL, the most successful teams, nepotism. But that's not the reason why a team is good or bad. Do they have good management?
You know, so for the Santos example, like before they would bring like extranjeros, pero they would bring buenos extranjeros. Now it's like they haven't brought a single good player in a really long time. What happened to their scouting team? Did they get rid of the old scouting team? What's going on with that? It's a big incognito. What the hell's going on in the Santos organization? What's changed? I know the president, but what else within that organization changed para que Chinche Santos esté donde esté?
Pero
Porque
everything goes
dejaron la
back to the
evidencia,
dad.
güey.
Hey,
Yeah,
I have
everything goes
a
back to-
conspiracy theory. I think they're just trying to tank Santos because don't they have to sell off either Atlas or Santos? Like they have to. They're not allowed to have two teams.
They already
Well,
said that they're
well-
selling Santos.
No, they already said they're selling Atlas. man.
Atlas. Yeah.
Atlas. And when Querétaro sold for what, 150 something million, which it was something like in that ballpark. So yeah, I can see. I know that they wanted to sell. Atlas, and I've read that they're also trying to sell Tampico.
Oh,
But
also,
I
really
mean,
quickly, did you guys see the interview that Mikel Arriola gave about multipropiedad?
What did he say?
That they've already sold 2 clubs and there's 2 more that are in the closing processes right now.
Who'd they sell?
Pues vendieron al
¿Querétaro?
Querétaro y Mazatlán y no dijo quiénes son los otros 2. Pero que hay otros 2 equipos, los de la última palabra, lo entrevistaron, and that's what they were talking about, multipropiedad, and how is that going to go. And then one of the other conversations that were had
So
was
about the nepotism argument. The thing about it is that there's a long list of people who could be leading this organization better than this guy who obviously doesn't know what he's doing, is out of his depth, and is there because of nepotism. It's a valid criticism. This new reign with this kid who has almost no experience in this industry, and you could probably find 5 or 10, maybe even 20 guys that are more competitive in Liga MX, or like not even mentioning going abroad to the Americas.
Do you care? Do you care if your local plumber leaves his business to his son?
It's not the same thing, Ron.
No, it is. No, it is the same
this
thing.
isn't a plumbing business, Ron. Once again with your shitty examples.
You don't bat an eye. You don't bat an eye if it's a second, third generation plumber, a second, third generation lawyer,
No, it's
a
not
second,
the same
third
thing
generation.
because that plumber's coming in for one day.
So
and
because
that
you
plumber's
have
leaving. This is not
What's
your
that?
club that you. The plumber comes in for one day.
This
2 days
all it
tops,
shows me
and
is
he
just
leaves.
you guys are jealous because what it's the same thing. It's a
No,
profession.
it's not the same.
No, it's a
No,
family
Ron,
business.
tú estás
dude.
ardido por algo más, güey. Si te
It's a
cala, te cala.
family
No hay
business. It's a
pedo.
family. It's a family
You're talking
business.
about a plumber that comes to your house for a day or 2 days max.
No.
You're
I'm
not
talking about
a club that you've invested your whole
so
life
hold on.
into.
So are
That
you saying
employs
that
hundreds of people
the
que le pone
Nemesio
de comer a un chingo de mesas, güey.
And
No
so are you
mames.
saying that Nemesio there should have left his club?
I said the hijo de papi thing just to grind your
No.
gears.
Are you Are you saying that? Are you saying that Nemesio there should have left his family to his best employee and not his son Valentin?
No. I'm saying that the dad is at fault because look, the dad was Santos. It's not like Santos was doing amazing and he gave the job to his son and the son just did like shit and they became awful. No, Santos was doing shit. And what did the dad decide to do? Throw his kid under the fire in a shitty ass project. Like all that goes back to the dad.
It's sink or swim, dude.
At fault. No,
He's
but
gonna learn.
swim, they already had cement
right
blocks
now.
on his
It's actually
feet,
it's probably
100
better.
feet
It's probably better.
underwater.
It's probably better that his father did that to his son now when there's no fucking promotion relegation because that would have been tougher.
Yeah, I just don't understand what the strategy is here. Like, what is their end game? Like, you chose to sell Atlas, which is arguably the more valuable franchise and in a better market. And then you're keeping Santos and devaluating the franchise by running it like
fire their coach.
Santos,
hey man, educating your kid has a cost, right? And unfortunately, it's the business that you handed over to him.
How long has Amaury struggled with Chivas?
I don't think he's struggled. We weren't like relegation bound.
No, espérate, wait. Before we even get into that, how many times, Jaime, I will fight this one with you as well. Hey, wait, Jaime, how many times have you asked for Amaury to sell the team?
A lot of times.
There you go. So la misma rompida de huevos que le damos al Leco es lo que le hemos estado dando a Amaury.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that Chivas could and should be run by someone better. Like,
someone who actually cares about the club.
I just think he's small potatoes. He's limited, and his transfer history shows that. We're talking about the owner of the Mexican version of Herbalife, a Ponzi scheme. Like it's not difficult to comprehend like that he is outmatched compared to like the Pemex or the multinational corporations that back Monterrey and Tigres and
hopefully
and
Slim buys those. Hey, all those, every one of those teams, including mine, America, have gone through droughts. 13 years.
Yeah,
Cruz
but
Azul,
Amaury
how
is
many?
broke.
20 some? No, Cruz Azul,
Actually,
21 years.
America's broke
And-
right now too.
No, they're fine financially, actually. But no, but my point is, Cruz Azul, what, 21, 24, 5 years? And these guys are run.
Cruz Azul
These
is an
guys are
awful
run.
example. The Cruz Azul
No,
is
no,
run
what I'm saying is that a bunch of these guys.
America's
What I'm
broke.
saying is,
You guys
look,
are
no.
break-even. If you spend right now, you'll
What
be
I'm
broke.
saying, what I'm saying is that even like clubs like Tigres, Monterrey, Cruz Azul, that are basically operate they're basically administered by very very smart business guys. They also fuck it up too, and they go years sometimes without fucking winning a title.
I don't even know what the argument is, dude. What are we arguing about?
No, we're just no.
Aleco is ruining the club.
The argument
This
is
is what
the
I'm
argument
getting.
is that
Ron
What's
got
that?
hurt because they were talking shit about Aleco. That's all I'm getting about this.
That's what it is,
No,
güey.
I don't-
Le
I
That's
ardió
what
el
it comes
pulmón.
down to, man. He's
Oh, Jesus.
Por eso se llama ronchita, güey. Porque
No,
se
no.
hincha, se
I
pone
don't even fucking
rojo
like.
y quiere
I
toda
don't
la
even
pinche
like Santos.
atención. Es la
I don't even
ronchita.
like Santos. Okay, in fact, I think.
Hey, listen, man. There's no shame in being a nepo baby. It's okay. It's not. There's nothing to be ashameful of. Like if you're a nepo baby, bro, that's cool. Good for you.
It's not a valid criticism.
Look, Ron,
dude.
we're not attacking you, Ron.
Yeah, dude, it's all good, bro.
Hey, you had
It's
your own
okay,
big
yeah.
bed. You didn't have to have a bunk bed. It's all
Hey,
good.
wait, your dad left you your plumbing business, right?
You didn't have
Like,
any
no te
silver
preocupes,
baby teeth
güey.
growing up. You don't have one of those weird birthmarks where you got your vaccines from, like on your arm. You know what I'm talking about?
Por eso te falta barrio and you don't like brown people. Like, we get it. We get it.
And we like you the same, Ron. We like you the same. I don't, you're a cool cat in my book.
I'm saying,
Mira, güey,
I'm saying,
el dolor
just be
de
more
huevos
fucking
que eres
critical.
hoy no cambia del dolor
Be
de huevos
more
que eras ayer.
critical.
That I
Be
agree
more
on.
Same
critical.
person.
I think
Be more critical.
I think it's easy to just call that dude like he has big ass ears. He looks like a caricature, and he's hijo de papi, and he sucks because he's handed on. I understand.
I've been consistent about the lack of critical
Yeah,
analysis.
but that's
By the
just,
way,
dude. That's just Mexican journalism in general, bro. It's all it's. Have you seen like everyone's so unprofessional? It's like,
But you can't.
By the way, the
also
point
call-
that I was making was the press conference that
Yeah,
Papi had
exactly
to
that one,
come
yeah.
in and have to save Aleco and the failure of the program.
Yeah.
Pero la ronchita se inflamó.
No,
Hey,
I actually know my history.
All right,
Mira, chiquita, no te me esponjes, güey. No te me esponjes, chula. Yo todavía te quiero.
Let's move on from
Dude,
Santos, guys.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no,
All right.
no, no,
Yeah, fuck
This-
Santos.
no, 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 no,
Nobody
no,
outside
no,
of
no.
Laguna cares about him.
You guys take
No,
this to
no,
the
no.
private
Hey,
chat.
no mames, güey. Me pasé todo el
No,
puto
no,
día
no,
en
no, 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 no,
Coahuila
no,
hoy.
no, no, no,
There's
no,
a
no,
lot
no,
of people who
no, no,
care.
No. Like I said, this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with. I don't like Santos. I don't even like fucking Iragorri. But this goes back to basically critical analysis of the league. And like I said, it's really easy to criticize, nepotism when the most important teams in Liga MX are basically, a product of all nepotism.
Mira, Ron, te la pongo
So
así
how do
de
you,
simple, güey.
so how do you square that?
Así de simple.
How do you square?
Hold on. Well,
Mira, come to
if you-
Chihuahua, talk to the people, que te digan a ver qué pedo, like I did all day today. ¿Verdad? Me la pasé en Saltillo.
Coahuila,
Me-
Chihuahua.
I
Coahuila,
don't
sorry.
care about.
Coahuila.
I don't
Me
care
la
about
pasé en
that. That's not
Saltillo,
analysis,
estuve
dude.
por ahí, and I was
I
talking to the
don't
people
care
on the
about
ground.
that.
Oh, Ron,
I don't care.
what makes this young 20-year-old qualified to lead an organization as big and as what is it? Like as serious as it is to lead an organization like Santos? What qualifications does he have? And
What qualifications did Amaury have?
It does. That's not the point. The point is what
That is the point.
No,
That is the point.
The point. Why? Like the
Azcárraga got it the same way. Chucho Benitez, Chucho Martinez got it the same way. Amaury got it.
This guy.
Yeah, but Azcárraga was being groomed for the fucking throne, man. It's totally different.
Do you remember the criticism that he got?
To the heart, man. Mexicans.
No,
like
I'm
to
not
talk
taking it to
shit.
the heart. I'm not
Look,
taking it to the heart.
if
But you
Santos
guys.
was in first place right now, if Santos was in first place right now, what would people say? Es que es hijo de papi, su papá le dio
Of
mucho
course,
dinero para
of
comprar
course, of course.
refuerzos. Whether
Same
he's
thing.
down or he's up,
And Chucho,
they're
and
gonna
Chucho,
pin
and
it on him
Chucho.
being hijo de papi.
Same thing with Chucho. Same thing with Amaury. If Amaury basically starts becoming turns the ship around and stuff like that, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to basically just knock on him. Why? Because he was a nepotism.
Yeah, he
But you
had
know
to
what?
work
I
his
remember
way
Chucho
up.
Martinez
His
Jr.
dad
Everybody
gave
gave
him
him
the team.
credit for what he did with Leon. Everybody would give him credit.
But that's what Mexicans do, man. They just talk shit about your biggest insecurity. They know that it'll piss the kid off that he gets called an hijo de papi, and that's why he sucks or that's why he's amazing. That's just what Mexicans do, man. And
I don't
apparently it
know,
works on
man.
you too. It works on you too because it's grinding your gears.
Pero no mames, güey. Chucho,
It's not. I'm not defending the kid. I'm not defending the kid.
He's
doing
defending
his shit well.
himself, way. That's the whole thing.
It's a metaphor.
It's a personal
Nepotism,
attack
how?
on him.
I have a different career than my father, so it's not even the same.
Entonces, ¿por qué te encabronas, güey? ¿Por qué estás haciendo todo este pinche show?
I'm not mad. I'm basically saying that you guys are not comparing. You guys are not being analytical because they suck because he's an hijo de papi. He's nepotism.
But look at but Ron, look at the antics. He does a fucking conference with the fucking life coach. It looked like a fucking scene of a fucking Club de Cuervos. This kid hasn't. When he came in, he gave a fucking discourse like he was a fucking politician. The kid hasn't done fucking much to fucking gain the fan base's trust. So I mean, how much can you be analytic when the fucking kid has proven to be a clown?
Lo último que le faltó a Alejo es decir, vamos por una estrella.
You're around my age. Did Azcárraga in '97 when his father died? Did he have the trust of the board and the people?
He was being groomed by a fucking tigre to fucking take over the empire. It was totally different fucking.
No, it's not.
And there's a conference where he's talking to the employees, and he's conducting himself like a fucking boss. Totally different what this fucking kid is doing. I'm gonna fucking find that video where he's fucking talking to the talent, he's talking to fucking people on Televisa, and he's fucking commanding himself like a fucking boss, not like a clown like this kid.
No, they had a lot of the same criticisms.
But that happens in every line of work. That happens in every line of work. My friend's dad died when he was 21. His dad gave him all his fucking truck port accounts, and there was fucking haters. It's usual. But this fucking kid has proven to be a fucking clown.
But question: how long has he had the team?
But look at this fucking antics he's done, man.
How long has he had the team?
Ron, you're defending a TikTok kid, man.
I'm not defending
guy that grew up in the 90s.
I'm not. He look. I don't know if he's gonna make it. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna sell the team and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, like, how long has Amaury had the team? When did his father die?
Look, if Alejo wasn't running Santos, he'd be in the fucking Therion fucking craze right now. That's the type of fucking kid he is.
No mames, güey. Los terrianos
got big years, man. What animal got big years?
So his tenure has been a disaster. His only qualification is that he's related to the previous owner and the previous leader. It's a no-brainer. He's out of his depth, and the heart of the issue is nepotism.
No, here's my question. Does he like being the president? I'm not. Oh, hold on. Does he love soccer? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because if he does love soccer, it's not. He can learn as he goes. Yeah, he's fucking up, but that's how people learn, by fucking up and learning from those mistakes. Ahorita, como dijo Ron, no hay descenso, pues fuck it, go wild. Pero if we start seeing tiny progressions within his tenure, hey, he's learning and he could probably make the team better. No nomás porque es nepotism. Yeah, we know he's not qualified yet, but he can potentially lead the team out of this fucking hole that they're in right now.
I think the problem with that kid is like
I wouldn't even bet on that. I wouldn't even bet on that.
He does Chicharito type speeches. He does Chicharito type speeches to his locker room.
And like the cringy ones too.
Yeah, that's the problem that most people don't like about this kid. It's not because he's hijo de papi or like because he's young or he got.
Nah. If you see
his speeches, if you listen to his speeches, man, they sound like so like out there and like.
It's
Like, it
fucking
doesn't
Chava
make
Iglesias. It's fucking Chava Iglesias. That's what it is.
You know who gets criticized for his speeches as well? Pumas coach.
Wait,
Yeah,
you know what's the
he's
funny
a
thing about all this?
Bosco
So
knockoff. He's a Bosco
oh, what's the name?
knockoff, man.
So like I said, I don't even take for example Puebla. When was
Pumas
the
is
last time
second in
Puebla
the
won?
league right now.
What's
Pumas
that?
is second. Pumas is second in the league right now.
I know, but he didn't
Third.
really. He hasn't been. Yeah.
Tercero, güey. Aprende tu
And I
lugar.
hope he does well.
Hey,
By
you
the
know
way,
what? This is
I
a
hope-
good segment change. Thank you, Rifado. You know
Now-
what pisses me off about Pumas being in second? That it
Third.
takes away from Chivas being in first.
Pumas
You know,
are
I
in
was like,
third.
oh.
Cruz Azul's in second.
A
Oh, they're
huevo.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it
Ahora,
helped a little.
espérate. Before we go too far, they're talking about it right now in Línea de Cuatro about the whole Santos shakeup, and Omar Tapia is the one who's taking over the helm of the team because they fired the head coach as well.
Damn.
So Omar Tapia is taking over as the interim.
Wait, the guy that's on like Do the N?
So
no. It's their auxiliar
Oh.
that they have in there, who's taking over right now.
Okay.
So it's not the pundit, right? It's the
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
No, it's not the pundit.
The pundit's old as fuck. Huh?
yeah, he's like 60 something, and he's Chilean.
Ya se le van las cabras, no? He's like 70, man.
Sí, no. Es un pinche auxiliar que tenían ahí, ¿verdad? Aparentemente alguien de institución. And so that's what's happening right now. But yeah, literally, Línea de Cuatro is talking about it right now.
Wow. Whew. Man, a lot we unpacked tonight. I kind of want to put a bow tie on this. I know Rifado has his roundup. Let's start there.
Órale, mis chavos. Okay, so this week, Jornada 6, we had 64 Mexican players, age 23 and younger, 17%. So it went up from last week, which is at 15. Good number. You know, obviously, my pick of the litter is Hormiga with his goal against, our bitter rivals, Club America. But, we have, a bunch of guys coming in. We had a debutant for Guadalajara, Angel Chavez at 20 years old. So I don't know much about him. I wasn't too impressed by him, but he got, I think, 7 minutes. Who else impressed me? Let's see. There's some nobodies that you guys probably don't know, but Javier El Chino Ruiz for Necaxa, the 20-year-old, scored the 86-minute winner against Juarez over the weekend. So watch out for Ruiz. He plays for Necaxa. Then I already said Angel Chavez, who made his debut at 20 years old. Then we have Mauro Zaleta for Mazatlan. He scored the 2-1 win over Santos, Nepo Baby Santos. And what's it called? I forget how old he is, but I think he's 20 years old. Anyways, the best ones are in Chivas. And let's see, who had the most? So Mazatlan had the most morros. And then let's see, Puebla also has a lot of kids. And then we are in third place, Guadalajara. And then beneath us is Necaxa and Pachuca. So what I think is interesting about this is that we have the worst team with the most jóvenes. Then we have two mid-table teams in Necaxa and Pachuca, and then we have Puebla, who's also kind of low tier. So everyone except Chivas that's playing kids is like not finding success. So take from that what you will. Anyways, that's my roundup. Thanks for having me, everyone. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Who's next?
Pues está bueno, cabrones. I'll go next. And what I want to talk about is, we've spent enough time talking about football, talking about all these things. Cruz Azul is heating up. It's interesting to see what it is that's happening con los refuerzos que están llegando, how the team's shaping up. There's a couple injuries. But overall, the team is marching in the right direction. Now, what I did want to talk about is a whole different sport that isn't going in the right direction. And this is Formula One. All right. If there's any of you out there who are interested in Formula One, who follow Formula One, you are aware that the new regulation changes have already been set forth for this coming season. We've already gone into testing. There's all of these news developments that are coming out. And honestly, as of right now, dude, this upcoming F1 season seems like it's going to be nothing but fucking pain. There are issues with the power units. Most importantly, the Mercedes power unit is being deemed potentially illegal, which then takes out over half of the grid because they use those power units. The other issue that's happening right now is that the fuels, the new homogenations of the fuels aren't being approved. There's very few fuel vendors who are approved to be able to run in this next season. As of right now, I think we have Shell and we have Petronas, who is good to go. Pero hay un montón de pinche desmadre, güey, que está pasando ahorita alrededor de la Fórmula 1. Pero lo más importante, güey, lo que me pone la pipa bien dura, carnal, es la posibilidad de ver a Vettel, a Verstappen y Alonso juntos haciendo el Le Mans 24 Hours con el equipo de Verstappen. No mames, güey. Eso cool. Es lo que quiero ver. And just recently, earlier today, because Verstappen made those statements yesterday. Today, Vettel went on the record and said that, yes, he has had extensive conversations with Max Verstappen about the possibility of the three of them teaming up and doing the Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
And if you guys don't know what that race is, you can go on Netflix and watch Ford versus Ferrari.
Yep.
It's a nice little movie.
That one's good.
That one is really good, and I'll tell you the history now. If you're really about it, if you go to HBO, well, now it's just HBO Now or whatever the fucking streaming service HBO wants to call itself this week. If you go on there, they have the World Endurance Championship, the WEC. So you get to see not only the Le Mans 24, you get to see the Saudi Arabia 24, you get to see the Nuremberg 24. So it is the all type of endurance racing where you're going to see LMP1s as well as GT3s and GT2s competing. So if anybody's interested, this is something that's just kind of sweeping that side of like the racing world.
Nice.
You know what I like about a DS closing take right there? That him talking about Formula One and everything like that exposes that he's un hijo de papi. But when the phrase comes up, he does not get offended. That's a real guy right there.
Güey, crecí con dinero y crecí con chachas, güey, pero no es, eso no hace quién soy.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Be proud of it. Don't
A huevo.
people get you riled up about it.
Güey.
Yeah, go for
it. Se nota la gente que no creció con chacha. ¿Verdad? Es como algo, güey. La clase se huele en la ropa. Así de simple.
Oh, my goodness. Who's next?
I'll go next. You know, with Chivas right now, you know, it's nice to get excited, besides the fact that we haven't beat any good teams. But, you know, we're in first place. The tournament looks promising. You know, Amadi, we were talking about him getting shit. One thing I like that Amadi has done, he's given control to people that know what they're doing. What I mean by that is a few tournaments ago, what's his name? Jordi Cortizo. He was killing it. And Monterrey landed with him eventually, but Chivas wanted him. Chivas fans said that we had to get him. Chivas fans criticized Amauri for not spending, you know, 10, 12 million on him. And you look at it now, it's like, is that guy worth that much? No. And he's gotten better quality players by exploring the the MLS market. And I like that. I mean, we have to give him his flowers for that. You know, he's changed it. He's going to get a lot of shit from the media because he left Televisa. He joined Amazon. He's not playing this game anymore of paying that Chivas tax. If you guys don't want to sell to me, I'll go somewhere else. And look where it has the team going. You know, it's beautiful. What I don't like about it is that it's the World Cup. And, you know, I saw a tweet today that said Arsenal is a CIA experiment to see how far people can be punished before straight up killing themselves. And that's how I feel about Chivas right now, you know? Like, we went suffering, we lose a final at Tigres, choke a 2-0 lead, and when shit starts looking good, here comes the World Cup, and we lose like 6, 7 of our starters. And we get knocked out in Liguilla. It's like, why me, motherfucker? Why me? But let's enjoy the ride. You know, we're good people. And talking about good people, there's a saying that says que en la cima hace frío. Aquí no hace frío, papá. I look around, I see a lot of Chiva hermanos with FC Gorditos, Jaime, Joel, who calls himself one, but I still don't think he is. A Rifado, and Albert, I don't know if you're a Chivas hermano or not, but Danny. So, no hace frío aquí. There's a lot of
Oh yeah,
warmth,
hardcore Chivas since the 90s right here.
a lot of Chiva hermanos here. Al que le hace frío es al putito del Huila, Ron by himself, al putito de Diaz that we'll see him this weekend, and el otro putito Tom, the Pumas fan that left. But let's keep talking shit. Let's keep enjoying each other's company, and let's have a good podcast season in this World Cup cycle.
Diaz was getting their shit pushed in this week.
Hablando de putitos. Hablando de putitos. I want to remind you guys of an infamous Fútbol Picante episode a couple of years back. And it involved Darwin Quinteros, where he was celebrating. And I don't remember, I think they were playing Morelia, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was with Santos at the time. And celebrating. And the rumor is that the opposing player called Darwin Quinteros simio de mierda. Right? And in Fútbol Picante that night, ended up that Darwin Quinteros, obviously got, carded and stuff like that because I think, if I'm not mistaken, he elbowed the opposition. And Carlos Albert.
I mean, really quickly, as you fucking should. All right?
Hold on. Hold on. So then, Carlos Albert basically suggested, or not suggested, he said it on air, that he would give Darwin Quinteros 6 games suspension. 3 por agresión y 3 por chismoso. So that's my feeling of what's going on now. Related to the Champions League scandal. What stays on the field remains on the field.
Oh, dude, what Habibi said about Arsenal being being a psychological thing is fucking. They had an official tweet that they like their LGBT community. They're called gay gooners, bro. And it's official, bro. I'm not making this up. This is from their official Twitter, bro.
Bro, you're gonna have to link it to the episode somehow. Figure it out. Like, I need to see that. Ahora, rapidito, ya que acá el compadre Albert preguntó de quién va a agarrar ese juicy fist fucking esta semana, güey. Neta, yo digo que va a ser Pachuca, viniendo a jugar contra Tigres. That's why I didn't stay in town. I was like, wait, if I want to watch a fist fucking, I might as well do it in the comfort of my own home. Like, Tigres le va a meter la pipa. I don't expect anything less than 5 fingers.
Damn.
Yeah. They're not doing well. They're not doing well, and Tigres has been heating up in the right direction.
Hey, speaking of getting fisted, just the bet is on. It's on.
Está bueno.
Hands on it.
Ahí está, era.
And then speaking of Pachuca, hey man, new tournament and everything. Y el pinche Jimmy Lozano, ¿qué pedo? El Salvador de...
Lo corrieron, güey. You don't remember that?
You would have landed a job or something since Joel and Rifado say that he's the savior of Mexican soccer.
I was actually thinking about that today.
Guardiola.
He's fucking gone, dude. Which might be for the best. Like, he needs a time to cool down.
Who else is still got to go? Joel, you still on?
I'll go next. Quicker, Jimmy. I never said he was a savior. I just said he's a decent coach. He just needs a good run. I don't think he needs to rest. I just think he took Pachuca at the wrong time. I don't think he should have gone for that job. Especially the way he had left the national team and everything. But I mean, that was his choice. Just give my quick take on the juniors. I think with Amauri, just to add on what Habibi had said earlier, he brought in people that knew, to help him manage at he had Pelaez, and then he brought Hierro, and so he surrounded himself, and he learned quite a few. But he also does like by committee, because some of the stuff was put in place before those guys came in, especially with the youth and scouting outside of Mexico. All of that had been in place, and I think what's impressive is the consistency because they stayed with it, regardless of how the team was doing. They stayed in course, and it finally paid dividends. I think that's what helped them. I don't agree with Chiflado saying that he has to sell. I know Chivas doesn't have that money. They never did. They never really did have that type of money, you know. So then when these teams came in, like the Tigres, the Cruz Azules, and the Americas, that Chivas just kind of took a back seat, because we're just riding off of the Campeonísimo. But when you see these teams and who they're backed by, Chivas was never really backed by anyone. They were a club with socio, So that's kind of the thing, and there really hasn't been any big company to come in and say they're going to invest all these millions. And if it did come, it would at this point probably be foreign. So I think for what he has, I think he's doing a great job. And as for the Santos guy, I agree with Ron about the whole thing, but I agree with you guys at the same time. This guy just doesn't have what it takes. I think he tried doing something, some new age type of thing when he's trying to motivate, and I think he failed spectacularly. Nothing wrong with that. He tried, it didn't work. It is what it is. So I I agree with both of you guys on the takes because there's a lot of family owned and they find a way eventually. I just think this dude, whatever he was trying, he kind of reminds me of Leaño, kind of the same when he comes in and he's talking a big game and he also failed spectacularly, and now I don't think we've heard anything of Leaño since. Um, that's pretty much it. My take, I think, on Chivas. Um, I don't think they were expecting to lose 6 players. We don't know for sure if it's going to be 6 players, but I think the team's going to be good. And even after this season, I still see them staying a competitive side.
Hey, wait, really quickly. I just want to point something out. And I want to say, way to go, Ron. You did an amazing job at distracting us with like la selección y todo ese desmadre that we didn't even talk about America that much. And the ass whooping that they took. All right. Porque por todo el pinche partido, güey, les estaban apedreando el pinche rancho, güey. Que neta de que no les metieron 3 dedos en el culo, estuve impresionado.
Yeah, man, that first half should have ended 4-0. Easily.
Facts, dude. I was
Rifado,
watching that and I
Rifado,
was like, no mames, güey.
Rifado,
Chivas sigue fallando
Rifado.
y va a perder este puto juego.
Rifado, do me a favor. Use your chat GPT. What was it? How many shots on target? How many shots on goal?
Les apedrearon el pinche rancho, güey.
No, that's the point. Chivas, their shots were not on target, but they were generating so much that first half.
Y la presión constante, güey.
Ended 4-0. It did not end 4-0 because America did something about it. It ended 4-0 porque los pendejos couldn't put it on target. But they were generating
13 shots, 2 of them on targets.
Sí, güey, pero you had to generate those shots. Like, la presión ahí estaba.
Like, the first one Hormiga missed, that should have been on target.
I know.
That should have been, dude, like, so fucking bad.
It happened so early in the match, you're like, oh, it's fine, we'll get other chances. But then you look back like,
I didn't
dude.
realize that this was the Salvadorian chat. Oh, my God. Talking about, you know what? I don't want to ruin it for you guys.
You know what? I used to
I used to take stats for Chivas USA, and the shots on goal shit is up to the interpretation of the fucking stat taker. It's a real fucking mess.
Listen, I think Ron is gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight with his 3 titles in a row. So yeah, that's the thing. You know, we won the battle, but I don't know. We still have a long way to go before we can win 3 titles in a row.
Yeah.
But
It's not gonna happen. But again, I'll take that to the bank. It ain't gonna happen.
woo,
Not with Chivas.
life is full of many.
Chivas is gonna be Haley's Comet, and it's been like that for pretty much now 50 years.
No, it won't happen with Chivas because if Chivas ever gets close to being that hot, European teams will come up and pick up their players.
Yep.
And Chivas
Oh, yeah.
Chivas doesn't have the owner to retain those players. It does not have the money. If you had fucking money,
what Chivas can really aspire to, is to be the Pumas of the 70s and 80s. A cantera.
Get out of here with Puma.
Come on,
Shut
bro.
your dirty whore mouth.
No, I said Pumas of the 70s and 80s. Meaning la cantera de Mexico. That's really what they can only aspire to be.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Stop it.
I'll go next.
What, you guys don't want to do that?
No.
What?
No, I think they showed what they could be way back. We can go back to around 06 or 07. They were playing really good Libertadores. They won the league. They lost half the players to the national team. And the reason they didn't stay that way, they ran out of money. And then the Vergara, that's when he marries Angelica, kind of get rid of all the talented people they had working the boardroom. And then she proceeded to drive the club. And then he got sick, and people didn't know that the owner was sick. He was sick for a while.
What was it,
And I think
pancreatic cancer?
And then that just hurt Chivas. They did all these, and from the inside too, they were hurting the club. And I think, a lot of that, by the time Amauri inherits the team, he had all these lawsuits. It had just been a big mess. But Chivas had been, at that point, had really great cantera, really good players coming out, sending a lot of players to Europe, a lot of players in the national team. They won the league. They reached the Libertadores final. It was really good. And I think they can get back to that again, and they seem to be slowly getting back to that. The canteras at least producing again. It's just, it's not going to be easy for them, but I see them being, they don't have to be just a cantera. I do challenging for titles and whatnot.
Albert, you got closing thoughts?
It's not really a closing thought. I just want to share an interesting piece of news I saw today. The AP, they did a report in Mexico City where the hookers are complaining. The hookers in Mexico City are complaining that they're being shoved to the outskirts of town because of the World Cup. So they're complaining that they're losing their livelihood. And you should watch the video because the hooker they get is like, it's like, you should watch it, man. It's like she's 42, but she doesn't look 42.
You mean she's a señora cuachona? I know what video you're talking about. She's complaining about a bicycle path.
Yeah, that they're shoving them. Yeah, supposedly because of the World Cup, that they're shoving them away and that they're losing their livelihood. That they just want to make a living and.
Hey, if she's getting customers, she must know a couple tricks.
No,
man.
but look at that lady. I was like, what kind of customers does she get?
That's why, man. You don't know, bro. She might do something.
Like, I'm gonna show the picture. I think I shared it.
I did, pero.
Either not even drunk,
Es la
guys.
noche, güey. Es la noche. Está surgido.
No, I was telling my friend that it's probably older men that don't want a wife, but they just want the company. I think that's just it, man. Because I don't know.
Albert, it's like they always say, there's always someone for somebody.
Oh, see. Yeah.
You hear that, Ron? There's somebody out there for you, bro.
Streets of Mexico City.
I love hookers. Yeah.
Pero wait, no mames, because then they show her friend as well in the background, and it's the exact same recipe. And I'm just like, no mames, güey.
He's like, they're 42, pero las corrieron sin aceite, no mames.
They're probably willing to do stuff, you know?
Oh my
Lenguazo al
God.
asterisco, you don't know.
Oh my God, bro. All right, I think we've heard enough from everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. I had a great time, and I appreciate everyone's different perspectives, right? That's why I don't want to say things in an echo chamber, you know, because this would have been a fucking Chivas podcast if we didn't have everybody on tonight. But really excited about the remainder of the regular season. And one thing that I'm also really excited about, selfishly, is that The Office is coming to Mexico. They recreated the show, the iconic show that everybody grew up on. But they're making it authentically Mexican, and that's what I love about it. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, and they've already made a couple promo videos, including Chivas. So I'm really excited about that season or series when that drops, I believe next month. And in the meantime, we got Cruz Azul on Saturday, and then we finished the month of February against Toluca. These are really good litmus test matches for Chivas. We'll see if anybody can stop this engine from staying undefeated. But yeah, everyone have a good night. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.